What up, chat? What up, chat? Hold on, chat. We're back. Yo, chat, I got something for y'all, man. I don't even know if we're live. I don't even know if we live, chat. Hold on. Come on. Oh, yeah, we back, chat. Damn, what's going on? Hold on, we back. Yo, chat, I got some videos for y'all. I got some videos for y'all. Let me up. I got some videos for y'all, man. I'm back with some bangers, chat. I'm back like I never left, chat. It's been a minute. It's been a while, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's get straight to business, chat. All right. Oh, what's up? What's up, dude 50? How you doing? How you doing, dude 50? What's up with the delay? Hold on. Okay, chat, let's lock in. All right, chat. We're back. Dude 50 in the building. Hold on. Man, I got some videos for y'all, man. It's been a minute. How you doing though, dude 50? How you feeling? How's life treating you? I got some videos for y'all. Good. Oh, shoot. Damn, man. Sorry to hear that. That sucks. That sucks, honestly. Hold on, y'all. I got something for y'all, man. These videos are fire. I haven't watched them yet, but like been saving them for the stream, you know? But hold on, let me log in. Anyways, y'all, I'm back. It's been a minute. Last time I uploaded was probably like 60 days ago. Oh my God. Chat, I'm lacking, man. I'm lacking, chat. It's 60 days, man. That's crazy. We got 2026, chat. We gotta lock in 2 months ago. Damn, that's crazy. Hold on. But we gotta lock in. We're back. Every time that I'm back, chat. But I got a video for y'all, man. We gotta check this one out. Wrong. Hold on. We gotta check this one out. The pursuit of perfection. You know, I think we all struggle with that, man. We're all trying to be perfect. You know, we're all trying to be, you know, the one, the sick one. You know, when somebody talks about you, they're like, oh yeah, that guy, he's sick, man. He's just sick like that. You know, we all kind of struggle with that. We all want to do things right. You know, we always want to be right. We never want to be wrong. So we're going to check out this video, you know, the pursuit of perfection, whatever, you know, just trying to be perfect. So let's see what this one is all about. You know what I'm saying, chat? Everybody, if you're in the stream, turn me up. Hit that like button. Show some love. All right, chat. Let's get it.
What does it mean to be strong? I want you to take a moment.
Hold on. What does it mean to be strong? What does it mean to be strong? It means, honestly, to me, I think it comes down to your mind, man. If you're strong mentally and like you kind of have like that delusion in your mind, like you could lift anything, you could do anything, you're kind of strong, man. Because if you, bro, honestly, let me give you another example, bro. I was in the gym and I always did like the, what was it? It was like 35s or something, or 30s for shoulders. And then this other kid came in, you know, he did 50s. He's like, oh yeah, now it's your turn. So I went to do 50s. It seemed easy. I was like, what? This whole time I've been doing 35s or 30s, but I could have been doing 50s. You know, it's just I was limited mentally I just thought, oh yeah, this is all I could do. I could only do the 30s or the 35s until I tried the 50s. I think that's strength has to do with your mind, man. Cause like if you don't believe it, man, it's so hard to even try. So that's what I think, chat. Hold on. Let's get back to it.
To be strong. I want you to take a moment and step back and just look over all the anime, manga, and movies that you've watched over your entire life. You'll actually realize that a lot of them build their stories around this one theme. So, what does it mean to be strong? Is it the one that's still standing at the end of a fight? Or the one that goes down in battle giving it their all? Is it the one that has no enemies? Or the one that's in pursuit of perfection? Many chase after this question. Some fail to reach an answer. But I think I might have found it.
He got the sauce, chat. He got the sauce. We all been looking for the answer, but he got it. What does it mean to be strong? He got the answer, so we're about to find out. Hold on, what am I watching? A Marvel movie or something? Damn, I feel inspired already, chat.
Shinmen Takezo is a brat who loves to fight. It's his sole purpose in life, to be strong. The villagers call him a beast, a demon, an unsightly creature that lives in the woods, detached from the rest. His mother abandoned him and his father never saw him as a son. But he is strong. He cut down his first opponent at the age of 13 and went to war 4 years later. The war ended in defeat with many of his comrades dead, but still, Takezo survived. So when word spreads that the beast is alive and is up and running killing the guards, the village grew furious. Every one of them was out to get him. They tried ambushing him, but it's no use. He defeats the captain and everyone in his way, and as he was fleeing, he met a monk that called him the weakest person in the village. Takezo was stunned. What buffoonery has this man spoken? In the end, when the whole village failed to capture one boy, it was the monk, the great Takwan, that got him. And also a girl. God damn it, Takezo. He was hung to dry, slowly awaiting his
Hey man, shout out to the ladies, man.
death. Kill me, he pleads, demanding his life be ended instead of being humiliated as such. The girl sneakily feeds him during the night. I love these two, but it was time to put him down. Death is no stranger to a warrior. Each one of them awaits their honorable end. Die knowing you have lived your life to the fullest. Announce it to the world, Takwan says before slicing Takezo's head off.
Oh my
But he
God.
couldn't. He couldn't
This is what an interesting story. Kinda heavy too. Damn.
say that he led a fulfilling life. It was all led by violence and loneliness. He was no beast. He was not strong. Just blinded. Blinded by darkness that he doesn't see the light. But then again, there is no light for those who do not know darkness. And in the spring of his 21st year,
Hold on. That's a bar. There isn't no light for those who doesn't know any darkness. That's so true though. Light can only be so. I always say this, I always like repeat myself. I'm like a broken clock or broken whatever. So anyways, so it's so hard for light to really shine during the day, if you go outside with your flashlight and you try to light it up, it's not gonna be as bright. But if you go at night and you turn on your flashlight, it's gonna be even brighter. So that's a bar. That's true, chat. That's facts right there.
then again, there is no light for those who do not know darkness. And in the spring of his 21st year, Shinmen Takezo was reborn as the renowned Japanese swordsman Miyamoto Musashi. This man, he is a legend. That's why they wrote a book about him. And that book inspired another guy to write another book about him, who also happens to be the author of this book. Everything you'll see in this story is loosely based on the real life of Miyamoto Musashi, how he won his first duel at the age of 13, how he's never lost a fight in his long record of duels, how he never once bathed himself because he was afraid of being attacked. What the fuck? He's a figure in the pursuit of perfection, both in swords.
Hold on. Bro never took a shower because he was scared somebody might pull up behind. What? Hold on. What's going on? What? Oh my goodness, man. That's the craziest thing I ever heard. What? What a warrior, man.
See in this story is loosely based on the real life of Miyamoto Musashi, how he won his first duel at the age of 13, how he's never lost a fight in his long record of duels, how he never once bathed himself because he was afraid of being attacked. What the fuck? He's a figure in the pursuit of perfection, both in swordsmanship and in consciousness.
Good to see ya. Been a minute. Oh, 100%. Bad Wolf, it's been a while. Long time no see. How you doing though? How's life treating you? But this is crazy story, man. Just damn, I don't know, man. That's just running circles around me. Never take a shower because you're scared somebody might attack you.
Attacked. What the fuck? He's a figure in the pursuit of perfection, both in swordsmanship and in consciousness. They named a dojo after him, and he wrote a book while he was retired in a cave. Why is he constipated? He should look more like this, or this, or this. So write another book about him, who also happens to be the author of this book. Everything you'll see in this story is loosely based on the real life of Miyamoto Musashi, how he won his first duel at the age of 13, how he's never lost a fight in his long record of duels, how he never once bathed himself because he was afraid of being attacked. What the fuck? He's a figure in the pursuit of perfection, both in swordsmanship and in consciousness. They named a dojo after him, and he wrote a book while he was retired in a cave. Why is he constipated? He should look more like this, or this, or this. Takehiko Inoue is the author behind Vagabond, but to call him an author is an understatement. This man's an artist. You'll find pages of these hyper-realistic drawings, like those tourist paintings that scam people for a lot of money. Except you're getting all your money's worth with this one. It feels like they're looking at you, almost as if they're alive. The same goes with the fights. Inoue draws these badass panels that capture the essence of the fight. One look and you know who's won. Another tells you he's putting it all on the line. One more and you find out just how strong Musashi really is. These aren't just drawings. These are works of art that transcend the confined borders of a manga. I don't know much about art and I don't know what's the pinnacle of beauty, but this looks like perfection to me.
Sick.
Then you add a little color to it. When I say Takehiko Inoue is an artist, I mean he's Japanese Da Vinci. Apart from drawing these astonishing pieces of monochrome art, sometimes you'll have entire panels colored by the man himself. I mean, just look at this. Just how far can he take it? The colored artwork was so good that he even published a separate book focusing solely on the illustrations, showing how much effort went into those few color spreads. Is that not enough? How about Inoue hand-painted every volume cover that was in the manga? Not good enough for you? How about Inoue hosting an entire exhibition showcasing his 140 paintings on the manga himself? Still not enough? How about Inoue painting a 26-foot mural of Miyamoto Musashi in just 3 days? This is absurd! At what point does this stop being a manga and just...
Do y'all see that? He did like a whole building in 3 days. That was crazy. The Tales of Ran. Okay. I see you, Bad Wolf. Yeah, I've been away. Alright, we'll check it out after. Hold on.
Musashi in just 3 days. This is absurd! At what point does this stop being a manga and just becomes an art gallery? Literally every chapter has at least one panel that just makes you pause and take in every little detail. Forget one panel, the first page of every chapter leaves you mesmerized. It makes your jaw drop, it makes you in awe. It makes you question what a man can do with a brush and paper. I think the beauty of Vagabond lies in its nomadic nature. I mean, he is a vagabond. He said it, he said the thing! Musashi sets out on a journey to be the strongest under the heavens, the invincible under the sun. He met a lot of people along the way and each left an impact on his pursuit. This is the brilliance of Inoue as a writer. Every one of these faces doesn't feel like they're just passing.
What up, Kaz? What up, Kaz? How you doing? Welcome to the stream.
This is the brilliance of Inoue as a writer. Every one of these faces doesn't feel like they're just passing by. Instead, they're etched as a part of the story. Some of their stories may stay with you even longer than the protagonist. Not this guy though. Madahachi is Musashi's childhood friend. They both left the village to make a name for themselves, but you'll quickly learn that he's the most worthless piece of shit you'll ever see. Unlike Musashi, who's dead set on being the strongest and even hit dives into a fight against 10 men, Madahachi's a pussy. A coward that hides in the face of fear. He drowns in lust and is every bit pathetic. You're gonna hate this guy, but Madahachi's the realest motherfucker in here. If 10 people were put in this story, 9 of them would end up like Marahachi. And then there's his mom. Oh, don't get me started with this old hack. I hated these two characters. But when I paused and put myself in their shoes, I realized how human they are. Selfish and self-centered, yes, but so is all of us. Marahachi was someone born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He didn't need to go to war or take up a sword. He just had to live the life that his mother had worked so hard to prepare for him. Get married, have kids, and lead a normal life. That's it. But he doesn't want that. He seeks out his own purpose in life and ventures off into the battlefield with a single spear. And Granny here is just a cranky old lady that holds grudges, but she's a real one, she really is. Her son is rumored to have gone off with another woman, never to return home, and is out there proudly using the name of a disabled swordsman as if it was his. And deep down, though she knew all of that, regardless of the lies, regardless of how shameful and despicable his son might be, her love never changes. She defends him till her death. It's ugly, but beautiful. Vagabond is not an all-serious manga filled with bloodshed and violence. Even Musashi's character has a bit of humor in him. You can see the funny expressions he makes sometimes. It might not seem much, but that gives him character. There was a scene where Musashi was about to turn in after a long day, and just as he was about to doze off, he woke up, started slashing, and then went back to sleep. What? These moments add character to Musashi. It's what makes you—
Hey man, gotta take a break. After a long day of work, hey, you gotta relax.
And then went back to sleep. What? These moments add character to Musashi. It's what makes you love the guy. The solid humor takes all the seriousness away from the story and lets you enjoy it in a much lighter tone. There's even a little romance between Musashi and the girl. I love these two. Of all the people who see Musashi as a beast, only she sees him for who he truly is. You just want them to be together, but it's a yearning for connection that he keeps putting off in favor of his path. A man's inability to love and a woman's unwavering affection. One searching for purpose, another for belonging. No words, just emotions. It's simply beautiful.
Wow, this story is pulling me in, chat. It's really pulling me in. Sick.
平均すると1時間とか2時間の睡眠になっちゃうんで、あんまりね、こういうこと言うと日本の漫画家時間の睡
Damn, he only gets 1 or 2 hours of sleep a day? Come on, bro. Take a break. You know? It wouldn't hurt.
眠になっちゃうんで、あんまりね、こういうこと言うと日本の漫画家クレイジーだって思われるのも嫌なので。
Being a mangaka sucks. If I had to post—
Oh yeah, bro, you kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. You kind of crazy. 2 hours of sleep? Man, how will I be moving? I don't think I'll even be moving, man. That'll probably be it for me, man. I'll just sleep right there. I don't know where I'm at. I'll just sleep.
だって思われるのも嫌なので。
Being a mangaka sucks. If I had to post a video every week, I would be shitting out slop and quality would be all over the place. It's tough, meeting deadlines and upholding standards. In a way,
I used to only get 2 hours of sleep for a while. Damn. How come? Why is that? Love the artwork. It's sick.
and quality would be all over the place. It's tough, meeting deadlines and upholding standards. Inoue would spend days just sketching out the storyboard for one chapter, and there's only 7 days in a week. He would go over and over the story until it feels right. He's not just thinking about plot progression. He obsesses over theme, rhythm, and emotional resonance. He believes that if the story doesn't have life, then no amount of beautiful drawings will ever save it. He puts so much thought into it that with each passing week, it plunges him further and further down into darkness. This panel of Musashi saying he wants to pray made him crash out and almost gave up drawing it. This is one panel, it doesn't even take up the whole page. It's just a segment and yet so much.
Man, that's the thing about trying to be perfect, you know? It's like, you could really lose yourself. Because you're not really living, you know what I mean? It's like, you're lost in the sauce, you know? You're trying to be, I don't know, you're scared to make mistakes. You're living in fear. I wouldn't want to live like that, chat.
Thought was poured into it. If you've never seen this behind the scenes footage, you would have no idea how much he struggled with this. Now what about the hundreds of panels before that weren't caught on camera? Was he struggling as much as well? What was going through his head when he drew these? I then realized how much I've taken the art for granted. So from then on, I start to pay really close attention to every little detail drawn in each and every panel, the characters' expressions, how much thought was put into every stroke. Sometimes a small panel can say so much. I start to appreciate the story and artwork even more. But sadly, on the 21st of May in 2015, the 327th chapter titled The Man Named Tadaoki would be the last chapter of the manga ever published, and Vagabond would go on indefinite hiatus till this day. Inoue had lost clarity about what he wanted to express through Musashi. In 2008, 7 years before the manga's hiatus, Inoue hosted the last manga exhibition. This was foreshadowing. Before the manga even approached its conclusion, Inoue was already searching for closure. It was an exhibition that kinda serves as an epilogue, where we see the older Musashi and the rest of the crew. These weren't prints of existing pages. These were new and original artwork crafted by Inoue himself. This is the closest thing to an ending that we'll ever get. So even though the manga has not technically ended, I feel that Inoue has long made peace with the story and how it's finished. I don't know about you, but that makes me feel like praying.
Thank you for your love. Thank you for the heart. There'll never be a long and
Man, he called me lacking there. It just came from nowhere.
for the heart. There'll never be a long and lonely night.
I guess it makes sense though, you know, it's like if there's somebody living like that, if there's somebody living like that, it makes me want to like just appreciate and just be grateful for the peace that I have right now. You know, because that's just insane.
Again.
Sick.
At its heart, Vagabond isn't a story about killing or victory. It's about self-mastery. You see this cold, brute character matured into someone much more grounded. Musashi's entire journey revolves around refining himself, physically, mentally, and spiritually, to the point of absolute perfection. He is obsessed with becoming invincible, only to realize it isn't something you achieve, but something you understand. To know 10,000 things is to know one well. Instead of chasing the broad title of invincibility, Musashi eventually comes to understand himself. Young Musashi believes strength means violence and victory, that if he can defeat everyone, he'll transcend humanity and reach the invincible state of being. His entire identity revolves around fearlessness and bloodshed. But as the story progresses, his duels leave him isolated. Every time he wins, he feels further away from his goal and further away from humanity itself. The pursuit of perfection can destroy or liberate you. That goes to Musashi, Inoue, or anyone that's on that path. Being strong isn't about how many lives you can take, but whether you can carry the weight of those you've killed. Only later does Musashi realize that true strength lies in restraint and humility. It's not about conquering others, but about conquering oneself, one's ego, fears, and desires. Suddenly, the concept of strength becomes spiritual. He learns that to live is harder than to kill, to forgive is harder than to win, and to accept one's weakness is the strongest act of all. Strength is an endless process, not a state of being. It's a pursuit of harmony with oneself and the world, so I ask, what does it mean to be strong? Well, to be strong
Okay, let's hear this.
is to be at peace with yourself. And that is truly beautiful.
Like everyone else,
Bro just took me to heaven or something with that, with that quote. To be strong is to have peace within. That's fire.
like everyone else, you want to learn.
That's so true though. If you got peace within, the outside, the drama, it can't get to you. So that's super strong. That's strong, chat.
Like everyone else, you want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose.
But you can't begin to change yourself in any meaningful way until you confront who you really are.
過去のことを思っちゃダメだよ。未来のことも思っちゃダメ。ならば、一生懸命、一つのところに命をかける。今ここを生きていけば、生き生きするぞ。
What is it I ultimately look for? I would call it it's just peace.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh, that's fire.
Hello there. Thank you for watching till the end. I hope you enjoyed. I also hope you know that this video is edited to shit. Copyright is like James Stokes, and
Oh my god, bro, you didn't have to scare me like that. But that was a dope. I mean, a way to break it down, man. It's like you can't chase perfection. Just live your life, man. Be free. Have peace within. Hey, that was a fire message, chat. I ain't gonna lie. Beautiful. But hey, I just wanted to show y'all that video because I seen the title. I'm like, damn, we all struggle with this thing, this perfection, trying to be, everything that we do, man. We don't want to try. Too scared to try because we don't want to fail. But like failing is just part of it, You just gotta have peace within. Just go for it, man. This is fire. So we're checking out Ran. Is that what we're doing, chat? That was dope, chat. So this is already seen sunflowers. I seen that. Oh, we could check it out again. Check it out again. This was hot. Hold on. All right, chat. Let's get it. So Ran, sunflowers. We love the sunflowers. What's your favorite flowers, chat? Let me know. But this was hot though. When I watched this, it was fire back in the days, probably like 3 months ago or so, 4 months ago. I can't remember. All right, let's get it.
Tragic scenes last night in London. A 14-year-old girl was found dead from a fatal stab wound. Her attacker, a 14-year-old boy, is in critical condition after a violent altercation with a police officer. Over to reporters on the ground for more.
Oh, such a beautiful shame. The sunflowers will when the skies do not rain. It's a story I'm sure we all know. It's a moment of madness inside of the woes. We all fall down in London town. Shaky ground.
Bro's about to smoke another one for us. Hey, it looks like a chill night. Looks like a chill night. But I like how this one, how it starts. I mean, I watched it before. I like how it starts, how it goes, the flow of it. The little like you know what I mean? That when he starts to like, how do you say that? Like the excitement, It's like a movie or something, That dang, it's like you don't know what's coming on next. It's just to catch your attention, your heart, your soul. It's like you're there.
We all fall down in London town. Shaky ground carries me. Whoa, rains down, blindingly loud. Never surrender.
Hold on, chat. What does this symbolize? A burning sunflower. What does that really symbolize? I haven't seen any of the. I only seen this one because I think the other ones came when I was kind of busy.
What a terrible scene. Here lie the corpses of corporate machines, planting seeds where the grass never grows. But
Planting seeds where the grass never grows. Damn, you trying to build or work on something that doesn't work or something? What does that mean, chat? Planting seeds where grass doesn't grow. Damn. That's hard. I'm scratching my soul right now trying to figure this one out. That's actually tough. That's a tough line. I don't know. I don't know what type of metaphor is that. What does that mean?
By the corpses of corporate machines, planting seeds where the grass never grows. But the grass, it stays greener in places unknown as we all fall down in London town. Shaky ground carries me. Whoa, rains down, blindingly loud. Never surrender.
I like this production right here, chat. I don't know. This whole time, the whole song, it got some sick production in it. You know, and then the anticipation, whatever. Oh my God, can't spit it out. But anyways, the song is so, I don't know, it just catches you in. The production is sick. It's just sick like that, you know. And then this guy, he's you know, he's out here just chilling, you know, smoking one for all of us. And he's just doing his thing, you know, taking it easy, gonna find himself. That's dope. Hold on, Bad Wolf, what did you say? What happened to your message? Oh my God. Oh, I think I get what he meant then, eh? Planting seeds. Planting seeds where the grass never grow. It's like if this is your life, you know, you're not really living. You're not really going anywhere. It's the same old, you know, same old thing, man. Nothing changes. Nothing changes, man. I get what he mean, right? I get what he means by this now, you know, with this visuals. Hey man, I'm a visual person. With this visuals, it kind of helps me right now. Now, like I see it, it's like, how do you leave 70 or 60 or, you know, however long you live, how can you live your life like this and say that you lived? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like you're putting all your energy into the wrong things. So I feel this. It's the same routine. You know, you're stuck in a box. This is not it. Merry Christmas. Wow. Okay. Sick. Where is it? All right. Anyways, chat. That was some. That was some. I'm not gonna lie. All right. Anyways, chat. Appreciate y'all for understanding. All right. So what we checking on? What's next, chat? Finish this tale. Self portrait. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. You know, you do paint your own picture, you know? You do paint your own picture. So this is fire. I like this.
Lady love to change the night of falling down by the Mississippi shore. And for you my lonely heart is calling. Each night I love you more and more. Day and night I seem to dream about you. I sing to you, I sing to you. Bless your heart, I just can't live without you. So come out and meet me, honey,
Man, this is some sick camera movement. I like this. Hitting all those angles. Give me that. Mine. Okay.
Come on, let's have it, you miserable prick. I will do what I want, I will drink till I'm sick to my stomach. I'm sick of the same boring songs. I am sick of these pavements I find myself on. Great Britain, I hate you. I'll say that with pride. It's my right to be violent when you fed me lies. I'm a rot.
Man. He doesn't care. He does whatever he wants. Man, but like, you kind of have to care though. You know? You kind of have to care because life is, you know what they say, man, time is priceless. And you gotta like, kind of have to care for the time that you have here and really appreciate it, you know? And try to use the most out of it and try to do good things with it, you know? I'm not saying, sipping a little bit ain't it's terrible, but like you kind of have to care, you can't just be careless. But hey, there's people that live like that, they live at the edge of a cliff or something.
Boring songs, I am sick of these pavements I find myself on. Great Britain, I hate you. I'll say that with pride. It's my right to be violent when you fed me lies. I'm a rotter, a menace when I want to be, and I've worked for that right because nothing comes free. I have slaved all my life in the dull 9 to 5. I just rinse and repeat while I'm barely alive. Great Britain, I loathe you with.
That's crazy though, chat. That's like most of our life, man. Bro, I was away for 60 days, man. I worked like 60 days straight. It's like, how can you live like that, man? So I feel what he's saying here, man. I feel what he's saying here. This is so everybody can relate to this. You know, he's spitting facts, man. How can you live like this? You just rinsing and repeat. It's like today feels like yesterday. Yesterday feels like today. Damn. Rand is really like calling it out. I like this. You know, I like this. I like that Rand speaks his mind. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't, he just speaks the truth. You know, his music is the truth, man. And I respect that.
Because nothing comes free. I have slaved all my life in the dull 9 to 5. I just rinse and repeat while I'm barely alive. Great Britain.
Yeah, cause like you're barely alive. You're not even living. Yeah. You gotta work and blah blah blah. You gotta work for your things. But like, at what point do you say enough is enough? Yeah. I worked 60 days straight, chat. You know what I'm saying? Oh, maybe at 28, I could have been like, oh yeah, maybe this is not it, man. This is not it. But I know I kept going, chat. Man, that's not life, chat. That's not life. That's not living. And that's what he's telling us right here. And I'm barely living. I'm barely alive half of the time. Cause like, I'm just following a script. Man, this is deep stuff, chat.
Rinse and repeat while I'm barely alive. Great Britain, I loathe you with murderous glee. I will do to this country what you've done to me. Destroy. I want to tear apart these buildings from the cinder blocks they stand. Leave this town in dust and rubble. Make some trouble with my hands. I won't lie, I'm fucking wasted. But I wasted all my youth, and I've stayed so damn complacent. Getting wasted is my truth. So my style of self-expression is a fist into the gut. It's throwing up upon these papers. Shut your fucking mouth, you slut. Banished angel, I am Lucifer. My
Oh my god. Ugh. Damn, chat. I mean, I get his pain. I get why people feel like, some people, they might be feeling like this. But, you can be bumping into people, bro. It's not their fault. The game is rigged. It's been rigged since day one. It was never fair, man. I get his pain. I work really hard. But what's there for me to show for, So I feel him here, right here. I feel him. I feel what he's saying right here. Like, you know what? I don't even care anymore. I'm gonna burn this. I'm gonna burn everything down now. I'm pissed. I put in so much work and energy, but what did I get back? Nada, nothing. Wow. All right, Rand, spit it.
Trouble with my hands. I won't lie, I'm fucking wasted. But I wasted all my youth, and I've stayed so damn complacent. Getting wasted is my truth. So my style of self-expression is a fist into the gut. It's throwing up upon these papers. Shut your fucking mouth, you slut. Banished angel, I am Lucifer. My reign like Genghis Khan. Soon you will all know my name. I am the storm after the calm. I'm the victim of the victim list. The pill that makes you sick. I am chaos incarnate. Let's fucking have it then, you prick. Now the rules of the street fight are simple. It's pretty much anything goes. Keeping the street pretty firm on your feet. It pays to be sweet on your toes. And fools they have fallen for clumsy mistakes. Late to react, cop the fist to the face. Now the rules of the street fight are simple. Break that little prick's nose.
Wow. He really went through with us the Fight Club rules. Damn, rule number 1, You gotta make sure your enemy's down or something. All right, let's get it.
Break that little prick's nose. Throw a punch, you swallow it, follow it, grab the collar, quick hollow tip like karate kick, martial art master, spark a bitch, park a fist on the landing strip, carnage, it finds the cartilage, karma serve like a carbonated cola on the crucifix, kill. Vincent wanna kill, who blood gets spilled, move double that rude boy, kill or be killed. Do it for the fun, blood, do it for the thrill. Blue lights, boy, run, blue lights, boy, chill.
Oh no. It dropped him. Dang. Oh.
So it goes in the absence of the light. The devil sowed a seed in our mind. Vincent went shaken, run from the law, hide from the bacon, crouch on the floor. The cook to omit him, hate the wolf spits on him, rapes him, hits him, kicks him when he's down, and that shapes him. He hears the sound of a copper, hot upon his tail proper, Vincent off his rocker. Bothered by the lie the Britons sold him, what a shocker. Where greedy eat the poor, a holy war, the chosen prosper. But some are never chosen, they stay frozen in the locker, destined to survive.
Damn. Greed eats the poor. Facts. Facts, man. We even seeing it like today. It's been happening since day one, man. You know, greed does eat the poor, man. Man, you know what's so crazy? I was talking to this one guy about, you know, like what's going on in the world right now. And then I'm like, damn, it's all comes down to greed and this. You know, people want more energy. They want, you know, they want oil, they want this. But like, all comes down to greed. But then he's like, well, what about you? Don't you think you're a little bit greedy too? You know, you could have like, and it just goes back to what I was saying that I worked 60 days. And then he's like, well, you could have worked 30 days and then be like, you know what? I'm gonna go home and let somebody take my position. But no, you kept working. So, you know, so like we all kind of have it in ourselves. So you just kind of like have to watch yourself. You know, it's like limits, you know, you gotta kind of limit yourself. It's like, hold on. Am I going too far with it? Because when he said that, he's like, man, you kind of greedy too. If you think about it, because why work 60 days and not take a break? Don't you think that has to do with greed? I'm like, damn, yeah, you all right. I'm really sacrificing my life and all, my time, you know, because I'm a little bit greedy too. When he said it like that, man, I kind of was like, yeah, man, you're right. You're right. That's true. I know I'm not stealing billions. You know, I'm just slaving away, sacrificing myself for, you know, for them days. But I think it has to do with greed too, you know, because he made a great point, my coworker. So we all kind of greedy a little bit. We just have to like kind of manage it, you know. You know, just look in the mirror and look at ourselves and be like, "Man, what's going on?" Because this song is called Self Portrait. You know, you gotta paint your own picture, your own image. You gotta write your own book. Hey, man, that's fire though. Greed is everywhere. Greed is everywhere, man. And you know, it's like there's somebody that doesn't have a job, but I worked for 60 days. You know what I mean? Somebody didn't even get a. Someone didn't even get to work a day, but I worked 60 days. I don't know. It just makes me think when he said that, like, greed eats the poor. It just reminded me of my coworker and what he said when I was saying, well, people are so greedy and they taking away from the poor. I'm like, and then he's like, well, you kind of greedy too, bro. So yeah, let's keep it going.
Prosper, but some were never chosen. They stay frozen in the locker, destined to survive in 9 to 5 and watch the clock. But don't think about reality, my little happy shopper. A brand new show on Netflix to distract you from the horror, and swallow all your morals for a retweet or a follow, and shadow ban the problem man a sold for $1, and keep the fight amongst yourself. Don't think about the squalor. The systems don't impose it, or the rules that we all honor. And fuck it, Vincent cooked to boiling point, he's cannon fodder. So what's the use in running? He's already in the locker. He's careless with his actions now, a clumsy motherfucker. He turned to face his fate, cause fate's a bitch and none will stop her. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3". Was his first day back at work after a time of absent leave. Working London on the night shift, what he didn't think he'd see was a boy with a guitar, bruised and battered on his knees. But Richard lived in caution now, tormented by his past. Not so quick to find a trigger, not so fast. But Richard was a righteous man who lived inside the law. So he leapt upon poor Vincent and he cuffed him to the floor.
Thank God. Wow. That was fire, chat. That was fire. That was sick. That was sick. Hold on, chat. I was actually feeling that one, man. It made me yap a little bit. You know, it made me yap a little bit. Just a little bit, chat. All right. Chat, what's going on, though? You know, how y'all feel about that song? Y'all, you know, was it cool? Was it sick? Oh, bedroom. All right, it's the last one, chat, of Vincent Tale. Let's get it. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Man, I remember Screed. Man. That's sick. So this ties up to like what's that story called again? Jenny and Screech, whatever story. Screech. Oh man, that's sick. That's some great storytelling right there, Bad Wolf. You know, it's like a TV show or like a movie or something, you know, series or something. That's sick.
you ever felt anger with no
How long? How long? Bro, we gotta talk about that. Solo right there. That was just incredible, chat. Oh my goodness. He was honestly scratching that guitar. That was just insane. That was fire. Bro, that I don't know, man. This was actually incredible, chat. I ain't gonna lie. That was something.
anger. Have you ever felt anger with nowhere to place it? Vincent felt cold, neglected and jaded, impotent, empathy castrated. Look for the new thing, always look for the new thing, but never look inside, never look within, without, above, below, same thing. Wait, it gets deeper than that. The insane thing is sane men living an insane.
Hold on, what's that sick wordplay that he just said within? Bro, it's like he was singing, he was rapping a saying. He was rapping a saying. That was sick. Hold on, I can't. It was so sick that I don't even remember it. I gotta be able to keep up, chat. Hold on, that was sick though. My goodness. Hold on.
Always look for the new thing, but never look inside, never look within, without, above, below, same thing. Wait, it gets deeper than that. The insane thing is sane men living in insane terrain, contorting insane brains that are kind of deranged, strange, without the factor of cause and effect. Factually, the man's a casualty of constant neglect. Let's start at the start. Vincent was born in the dark, home birth to a mother, painted scars on her arm. Track march from the dragon, China white in the palm. Shooting up the birth canal, Vinny fell out like yarn. Tumbled out, himself unraveling, and that was the theme. Exceptionally average grade, sprayed with low self-esteem. From the fire to the frying pan, painting it green. When it's the cash that rules everything around me. Cream, get the money, funny Vinny. He weren't ever good at hustling, shitty jobs that he was dead and stocking. Started a combustion, nothing. Pulled him out of debt, the debt collector's rushing to be stripping him of everything. Eventually, there's nothing. The cycle is a cycle for a psychopath on ice. The day repeats, the days are weeks, the weeks are most your life. When the day's done, it's the same one. It's a repeat, it's a rerun. A deja vu religion, a foreboding of a prison. Whole Britain, Great Britain, how Britannia ruled the waves. We started out with intentions and we ended up like slaves. Drink to kill the tension.
Bro, Ran is like, Ran's word plays are crazy, man. Oh my goodness. This guy's a magician. Magician with his words, man. He's really like spitting out unicorns or something. Because every word is just special. That was fire, chat.
It's a rerun, a deja vu religion, a foreboding of a prison. Whole Britain, Great Britain, how Britannia ruled the waves. We started out with intentions and we ended up like slaves. Drink to kill the tension, but the drinks cost your wage. What helps you is what kills you when you're living too deep.
Hold on, your dreams cost you your wage? Your dreams cost you your wage. Hold on, run it back.
And we ended up like slaves. Drink to kill the tension, but the drinks cost your wage. What helps you is what kills you when you're living too deep.
Holy smokes, Ran! Damn, chat. I don't think I was ready. I don't think I was ready to jump straight into the heat, chat. You know? I don't think I was ready to jump straight into Ran stuff, chat. Like right away. Man, I probably needed like a warm-up song or something. I don't know, because Ran has just been spitting bars, storytelling, you know, and then the production too's been sick. I don't know, man. This is fire. And he's talking about no, he's not talking about fairy tales or blah blah blah. You know, he's talking about things that actually happen you know, every day. You know, he's telling us this is not the way to live, y'all. But y'all gotta wake up. Y'all gotta wake up. That's what he's telling us. And man, I listen to this song. I'm just reflecting on my life or something. You know, I'm just saying, damn, he's right. Can't be living like this. Like, how long can I really live like this until I go insane? Like what's his name? Vincent? Vincent just went insane. He's like, you know what? This game is rigged, man. I don't even care about the rules anymore. I don't even care who wrote them. The rules didn't exist for Vincent anymore. He just lost it. He was angry. He didn't know how to control his emotions anymore. He just lost it. This is fire, y'all. And then Randy's telling us, if you keep living like this, you're going to lose your mind. Because this is not the way to live. You're sacrificing so much. For what? For what? To just eat, sleep, and repeat? You know what I mean? Is it just to eat, sleep, and repeat? And we just want to just settle for that, be happy with that. Well, I do my JOB. You know, I got somewhere to sleep, something to eat, rinse, and repeat. That's crazy, man. Ryan has really got me thinking, chat. And then the way he's doing it, so poetic. It's just amazing, chat.
But the drinks cost your wage. What helps you is what kills you when you're living.
That's so true. Yeah, that's exactly what I was telling y'all, man. You know, like, you know, you just working to eat and sleep. Yeah, it's helping you eat and sleep, but it's kind of killing you inside, though. You know, it's like you don't really live to learn the purpose of life or what's, I don't know, chat. This is some deep stuff, man. Like I said, I needed like a warm-up song. Something. I don't know. Maybe play with toys a little bit to get my mind straight. Because this is some deep stuff.
But the drinks cost your wage. What helps you is what kills you when you're living too DK.
Sick.
And so it goes. Vinny starts to drink to let go. Soon he's drinking, cause when he don't drink, every day is a day on death row. So he drinks so we don't have to think. Mercy. Days bittersweet. When the spirit that's inside of him sinks in his teeth, and the months turn over, May to October. More days pissed than the days he spent sober. Skin looks older, demeanor gets colder. Sledgehammer swing to that chip on your shoulder. A cold prison deep in alcoholism. 40% proof, no juice. Inhibition get loose by decision and taboos when we're living for the booze. Who's who he lose himself to? One too many, 1, 2, 3 shots down. Drown those sorrows up in London town. If we in for a penny, we in for a pound. Fate comes full circle. Now it's Vinny boys round.
Damn, man. Bro, ran. Killing it. Yes, sir.
Sirens start singing as the screws murder silence. Stand on my Miranda, my right to remain violent. One man's resistance is another man's tyrant. When tyrants make the laws, they go to war with non-compliance. Locked up, Vinny been locked up since his mother knocked up. Kitty grew up fast, pulled his socks up. Chop, chop, keep that credit top. Time is money, tick-tock. Quantify the price upon your soul and then it's chop shop. Not
Time's money. Man, I don't know. I think, man, I seen this one video where it says like they lied to us. You know what? I'm not even gonna get into that.
Kitty grew up fast, pulled this socks up, chop chop. Keep that credit top top. Time is money, tick tock. Quantify the price upon your soul and then it's chop shop. Not particularly special, Vinny spent his life a vessel for the musings of the devil. Repetition caused some issues, turned a hide into a jackal. Building pressure in the kettle, bubble up to boiling level. Ooh man, he's a mad lad, falling on the warpath. Vinny split the atom like a Nagasaki bloodbath. Skies are raining black ash, copper car lights flash. Red and blue kaleidoscope, some folks don't like that. Never mind, just a victim of society. The one that serves you alcohol and sells you your sobriety. The one that sells you sex as it pedestals virginity. The one where we elect these lying pests with God ability.
Damn, that's so true, man. They sell you. Oh my goodness, this just reminds me of like that one quote. Oh, actually, I seen this one thing. It's like self-improve. Okay. Hold on. Self-improvement. It's like, okay, this is gonna sound inappropriate. It's like masturbation, but you know, it's like a way to sell us stuff or something. You know, it's like he said, you know, they sell you alcohol so they could sell you. It's like, hey, here we got a program for you that you could go to so you can become better. But they sell you the same thing. So you know what I mean? So like self-improvement, it's like masturbation. So you're like, when you go to work out, you want to improve on yourself. But like when you start working out, you're going to have to buy this thing, protein, this, a gym bag. It's like a way to just always consuming something. They always want to sell you something. You know, so like self-improvement is not really like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's just they use it. They lie to us so they could sell us things. You know, because if you think about it, anyway, anytime that you want to improve yourself, you just run into a rabbit hole of being a consumer, of just buying more. You know, you want to better your mind. You want to read more. You know, you got to buy things. You got to buy the books. You know, if you want to go to therapy, you know, it's just an endless route of consuming. Like you said, you know, they sell you this, or they give you alcohol, and then if you want to improve, you know, they sell you things. So self-improvement is basically another way to consume more things. It's like a rabbit hole or something. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but I don't know. But yeah, that's true though. What he just said, every time you try to improve on yourself, it's just another way for you to fall into buying things and I don't know, to better yourself or something. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm probably just going in circles, but anyways, let's get back to it.
Victim of society, the one that serves you alcohol and sells you your sobriety. The one that sells you sex as it pedestals virginity. The one where we elect these lying pests with God ability. 1 to the 2 to the 3 to the 1. Our boy spun his own web-fed tarantulas come like 9 to the 9 to the 9. Through his crimes, timelines intersect. Richard's fate was designed. Just set the scene, it's 2019. Richard and a boy named Screech. The hands of fate, they touch and read. Siblings buried, blood it bleeds. Etched in Richard's memories. Force a model, troubled sleep. Takes a time of absently. Hitting the bottle to soften the blow in the walls of yourself. And there's nowhere to go. And his friends on the force, they don't call, they don't struggle to therapy. Raggedy seemed to plateau when his popo went loco. And woe so low that his mojo no mono. Rebound no yo-yo. And so the time it moved slow-mo. You see the case was never closed. Cause the
Wow. Man, I couldn't breathe for a second. That flow right there was just hot. Was fire.
Takes a time of absently. Hitting the bottle to soften the blow in the walls of yourself. And there's nowhere to go. And his friends on the force, they don't call, they don't struggle to therapy. Raggedy seemed to plateau when his popo went loco. And woe so low that his mojo no mono. Rebound no yo-yo. And so the time it moved slow-mo. You see the case was never closed. Cause the motive was confusing. Orphan killed his sister, but his sister was removed when the mother died in childbirth. But dying womb life brings the cycle of samsara. Always was quite amusing. Brother killed his sister, but the records seem to show the brother never met his sister. didn't even know. So the tragedy was a catastrophe, a fate fucked up. Rich just losing sleep while his whole family's talk.
Hold on. He married his sister and he didn't know? Oh my God. Oh. That's crazy, chap. That's crazy. Wait, so his mom, so it's either one of them was you know, they didn't live together or something. I don't know. Because it's not adding up. Kind of reminds me of Jenny and Screech story. But like, damn, he ended up marrying his sister because he didn't know. Oh my goodness, chat. Y'all gotta help me with this one. That's crazy, chat.
The case was never closed cause the motive was confusing. Orphan killed his sister but his sister was removed when the mother died in childbirth. But dying womb life brings the cycle of...
Oh, his mother died in... Okay, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, but his mom passed away in childbirth. And the sister got given away. And then they crossed paths when they were older and they got married. Oh, man. Oh. That's crazy, chat.
Samsara always was quite amusing. Brother killed his sister but the record seemed to show the brother never met his sister, didn't even know. So the tragedy, the record, the cycle of samsara always was quite amusing. Brother killed his sister but the record seemed to show the brother never met his sister, didn't even know. So the tragedy was a catastrophe, a fate fucked up. Rich just losing sleep while his whole family's talk.
Okay, chat. Yeah, I see it. I thought he said married. Married. I was about, hold on. What are we doing here?
Sister, but the record seemed to show the brother never met his sister, didn't even know. So the tragedy was a catastrophe, a fate fucked up. Rich just losing sleep while his whole family's talk. The 5 stages of grief is a common psychological model, often used to provide reassurance to all those stricken by loss. For loss comes with a cost like frostbite, shockingly cold, paving the road to decomposure, decomposing your soul. 1. Denial, pretending for a while, reality retired, but everything is changing. Richie lost the will to smile, how to reconcile when murdering a child. The 2nd stage is anger, feel it bubbling the bile. Anger, damn the man that served the hand that wrote the plan. If God is will that's good and grand, then damn we all are damn forsaken by creation, revelations Richard cannot stand. The 3rd stage is bargaining, begging God for second chance. Lord, I know it is a reach, but I'm begging on my knees. Resurrect the boy James, resurrect the boy Screech. I'll devote my life to thee, I will live a life of peace. Stage 4 is depression, that's a lesson taught in grief. Depression, demonic like possession, that feeds upon this spark for life. No water is refreshing, no sunlight brings him warmth, no sleep will ever bring resting. His guilt and doubt are oh so loud, the silence sounds so deafening. Depression, the numbing of expression, the negative obsession, ruminating in oppression. Stressing is a lesson when your mind begins reflecting. That's stage number 5. 5 is acceptance.
Hey, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. But man, Randy's killing this beat though. Man, this sounds really good. Sounds amazing. But there's so many message in here. So many and then he's also spitting like stupid bars too. And I'm just trying to process everything at once. The good, the great, the sounds, everything is just fire, you know, trying to take it in all at the same time. Man, this is the type of song you gotta listen to at least 10 times, 20 times. You know, because there's a lot that you can miss in here.
Depression, the numbing of expression, the negative obsession, ruminating in oppression. Stressing is a lesson when your mind begins reflecting. That's stage number 5. 5 is acceptance. The road's never quite ideal, but slow rise, dust it off. And let me tell you something, Richie, man, I'm proud. Cause you pulled a stitch from the seam, the wound was open weeping. Felt like a regression, but that flesh was set for healing. You wrestled imperfections, misdirections, what with demons. Most demons are a fallen angel, truth has double meanings. Perspective disconnects the trauma, trauma turns to lessons. The biggest curse you'll ever face could be your greatest blessing. Remember, in the darkest times, no need for second guessing. No path is ever linear, a stumble leads to stepping. You're a soldier, a scholar of life's sorrow, and day follows day. There will always be tomorrow when it gets colder. Whatever, it's only weather. Rain feeds the crops, let them grow, think clever. I'm so fucking proud of you, Richie, my boy. I know you're itchy, my boy, to get to work and deploy. Serve and protect my don, in for the right reason. I know you think you've done wrong, but look at who you become. It's your first day at work, big man. Hold that head up high, my friend. Come on. We're all proud of you, Richie. I hope you get out there and smash it. I mean, what could go wrong?
Man. Okay, I see. Because last time he took Scridge's life. Oh, can't say that. In GTA, in the video game. Oh man. Anyways. But then he learned to, to be better, to do better next time. He didn't overreact. Oh wow, that's fire. That's fire. Anyways, hopefully YouTube doesn't give me a strike for that though. Shout out to the good servant protectors, man. Shout out to them. But that song was it, man. That was it, chat. That was just it, chat. Why's everybody message keep getting restricted? What's happening? Just living with guilt. Damn. Yeah, that's the worst way to live. If I would, nobody would love to live like that. That's a terrible way to live. It just remind me of what we were just watching. Remember it's like strength is having peace within, it just reminds me of that. If you have peace within, you're kind of strong, pretty strong. That's sick though, chat. That was sick songs. Man, the rapping was fire, chat. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Oh, okay. All right, thank you for cleaning that up. Thanks for cleaning that up. That's fire. Appreciate you for that. All right, chat. Well, I got something else for y'all. If hold on, let's check this one out, chat. I got something for y'all. I don't know, chat. What do you guys think about being delusional? What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of that? Of being delusional? Oh yeah, that would be fire. If y'all got some, talk to me, chat. I'm not mean. I think I'm pretty nice. And I guess I'm delusional then. Anyways, chat, what do you guys think of being delusional? Do you think? Because what I think kids are kind of delusional. They're because when you're a kid, you're not skilled, you're not talented, but you think you could be a professional soccer player, a professional basketball player. You could be like Michael Jordan. You know, that's like, that's just crazy how kids are able to think like that. Kids, they think they could do everything. Anyways, chat. Yeah, it would be cool. Foolish. Hey, man, let's check this video out, chat. I got a video for y'all. We're going to check it out. Let me know what y'all think. Because I think I need some of that, chat. I think I need some of that. Because, like, if I had that, man, I think I need some to be a little bit delusional, chat. Oh, that's that. That's so true, though. That's so true. I mean, if they didn't think like that, then they would just settle for or whatever, you know. But women, they like to date up, so you kind of have to be a little bit delusional to have that self belief in yourself, right? Believe in yourself. I think we all need it, man. We all need it a little bit. So we're gonna check this video out and see if being delusional it's an asset or it's just another way for disaster, like like the pursuit of perfection. Trying to be perfect all the time, scared to take on a little bit of risk, scared to sound stupid like me most of the time. Anyways, chat, you kind of have to just live your life, man, at peace. Be a little delusional, try your best, try things. Let's get it. Let's get it, chat. Let's check this one out, chat. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good.
Because I think right now, if I was to quit rapping and I said I want to go to the NBA, I would be in the NBA.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
Why would you think you could make it to the NBA?
Because I think I could do anything.
Man, Kanye, he's like the perfect example for that. You know what I mean? Because I think Kanye still lives like he's a little kid, you still have the kid mindset of I could do anything. The fact that he said this when he was like a grown-ass person. Oh my God. Hey, Cosmic, appreciate that. You're so nice for that. Anyways, Kanye is like, he's a perfect example for this. The fact that he's a grown-ass man, and he believes he could go to the NBA, that's just crazy.
You would.
Yes, I would.
Why would you think you could make it to the NBA?
Because I think I could do anything. I'm an up-and-coming fighter, and without a doubt,
the odds are 1.53%. Damn. That's crazy. and he said that?
I'm an up-and-coming fighter, and without a doubt, you will see me on the UFC in the near future. Without a doubt.
Wow.
This is the first office of Amazon.com.
Damn, this 1.2% of people that become UFC fighters. Damn. But Conor McGregor is also another great example. He probably think he could beat up Thanos or King Kong. Oh, what's his name? What's that one guy in Training Day? Is he Lanzo? Lanzo in Training Day? Yeah, he said he could beat up King Kong and King Kong had nothing on him. That's the type of delusion Conor McGregor had.
Without a doubt.
This is the first office of Amazon.com.
You're 11? That's what's up. That's what's up. Gotta Gotta have that self-belief. I gotta have that self-belief.
This is the first office of Amazon.com. And up here, this is my desk here.
Come on, bro.
July 1945.
Gunda Haig, with the windblown hair, number 200.
Breaks the world record for the fastest time to run a mile. 4 minutes and 1.2 seconds.
And people said, well, there may be a barrier.
At the time, everyone believed that 4 minutes was the barrier, that running a mile in under 4 minutes was physically impossible.
You can't keep on running faster.
Scientists even claimed that a human body simply isn't capable of running that fast. That if it ever did,
Damn. And this is a problem, chat. The world has their own rules, their own limits. That limits us from being the best us that we could be, chat. Like, for example, let's say a kid or like Usain Bolt watch something like that back in his days. He's like, damn, maybe I shouldn't run faster, because what if my legs are just fall off and start running backwards and leave me here? That could just limit a kid. If you hear that when you're a kid, you could just, you know what, I'm not even gonna run faster, because I don't want my legs to just start slapping me for running too fast. Damn, chat. So delusional is we all need it, chat. That self-belief, even though it might sound delusional, but when it works, chat, it's like, damn, this guy's actually smart. How did he do it?
the heart would explode before it even got to the finish line. But an overconfident medical student by the name of Roger Bannister believed otherwise. And on the date of May the 6th, 1954,
as a medical student, knew that there wasn't a brick wall. If you could run it in 4 minutes and 2.2 seconds, then you would find somebody else somewhere who trained a little better and they could do it.
And just shy of 2 months later, 22 more people had followed in Roger's footsteps. So for 9 years, not one person could break the record. But as soon as it was done once, all of a sudden everyone was now capable.
He's got a world record, 3:40.
Oh, so that's just it, eh? Everybody was just scared to run fast. They're like, damn, I don't wanna run fast. I don't wanna lose my legs.
All of a sudden everyone was now capable.
He's got a world record, 3:43.
The record today sits at 3 minutes and 43 seconds. Pretty far off the impossible barrier of 4 minutes if you ask me.
I like that, Cosmic. You know who you are. People's opinion, they don't really define who you are, you know? Everybody got one. You know, we all got our own opinions. So, and you got your own too. So that's what matters.
Pretty far off the impossible barrier of 4 minutes if you ask me.
All right. Breaking through. Damn, that's sick.
This is a song that I used to hear the old folks sing a long time ago. And I used to hear them tell me these words.
When we were little kids, we all had big dreams. If someone asked you what you wanted to do when you grew up, it was an astronaut, an athlete, or maybe it was an actor. But then when you get to a certain age, you're expected to lower your standards. Told you can't do certain things. And I don't disagree, to be honest. Most people shouldn't be chasing a dream. But there's some people out there that have it inside of them. And it makes me wonder, how many of those people never got there because they were told they couldn't?
Man, I don't know. I think I'm one of them, man. I guess that's just an excuse. I guess that's just an excuse, chat. I think we all got that dog in us, chat. You know, there was so many limits, so many barriers that we just put on ourselves, or society put on us, and we're like, nah, I can't go farther, man. This is it for me. This is my stop right here.
Many of those people never got there because they were told they couldn't.
Actor here, well. Hard work or lack? I mean, Cosmic, who knows, man? I mean, who knows? You could have been a musician. I mean, what did you... Chat, tell me in the comments, what were your dreams as a kid? Cosmic, was that your dream as a kid? Actor and famous and musician? Yeah, was that you right there? That's you right there as a kid? Everybody tell me in the comments. What was you guys' dream as a kid? Man, me, I wanted to be like a soccer player, man. I wanted to be a soccer player. I wanted to be a soccer player so bad, chat. That was like, every time I played soccer, I was happy. You know, I didn't even care what I was doing. But like every time I went to play soccer, I was happy. I would play every day.
$115.8 billion.
That's fire. That would have been sick. Write some sick books. That would have been fire. Oh, nice, Chris. Yeah, I wanted to be a soccer player. I think that was my dream, chat. That was my dream. I don't know why I stopped.
That's how much money Bill Gates is currently worth.
If you get rid of 99%, I'd have 1.3 billion.
I'm so sorry.
Just 1% of Bill's money is more than 500 times more than the average person will make throughout their entire lifetime. And I don't care what you think about him. Bill's a great guy. He's done great things.
Is it true that you can leap over a chair from a standing position?
It depends on the size of the chair.
But I want to take a look at how. How can a single human being who wasn't handed anything, by the way, make more money than 60 fucking countries combined?
Whoa, language. Language. That was crazy. Love playing basketball. Dang, that's sick. That's sick. I love playing ball too. Ball was one of my favorite thing to do. Ball. I just like playing sports, chat. That was just me. That was just me, chat. That was like my happy zone. Sports. I mean, I did try music. Man, I remember I was in, I tried singing. That's crazy, chat. I was in like a band. Was it a band? Nah, it was like a school choir or something. I can't remember. But yeah, I did that. I also wanted to learn piano, but I never know. I don't know why I stopped playing. That was also sick. Piano was sick. I was learning. I can't remember this one song that I actually learned how to play. Man, piano was fire, chat. Man, being a kid was so sweet and fun. Now we gotta worry about things that don't even matter. One of my coworkers told me, like, his dad when he passed away, he told him, don't worry about little things. Because the thing about little things, they're just little things. And then when we get older, we just worried about little things every single time. You know, there's so many obstacles around you that you You don't even focus on things that really matter. Oh, I forgot my keys. Oh my God. Oh, my keys. I forgot my keys. Bro, who cares? Just go get your keys. You know, we let little things take over space. And they take so much space, even though they're just little things. But anyways, chat, let's get back to this.
True that you can leap over a chair from a standing position?
It depends on the size of the chair.
But I want to take a look at how. How can a single human being who wasn't handed anything, by the way, make more money than 60 fucking countries combined? At age 12, Bill's parents send him to a private school by the name of Lakeside. 1 year in, the school gains access to something special.
This is a Teletype Model 30.
One of the only computers in the world at the time. And this is where Bill finds his love for programming. Alongside his classmate Paul Allen, they both begin experimenting with writing code. At the time, they were discouraged from playing around with the computers, told they were better off pursuing something real in the world. And so Bill did exactly that. After graduating, he goes off to college to study law. Hopes of being a lawyer. But whilst he's there, he keeps his passion for computers. He spends most of his spare time reading about them. In books, in articles, in magazines. Fascinated by them. And on a regular night in January 1975, he stumbles across something that sparks his interest. And as he's reading, an idea comes into his mind.
Hello, I'm Bill Gates, chairman of Microsoft.
That idea went on to become one of the biggest, most recognizable companies in the entire world. Just 8 months after getting the idea, Bill Gates and Paul Allen decided they would drop out of college and focus on building Microsoft.
Son of a... Oh my God. Damn. That's actually crazy though, chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, just stop what you're doing. You know what? I'm gonna be a YouTuber now. Everything don't matter anymore. That's sick, man. That's actually crazy, chat. Just think about it, man. Whatever you ever wanted to do, you're like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to stop everything that I'm doing right now and I'm just going to do that. That's sick.
Gates and Paul Allen decided they would drop out of college and focus on building Microsoft.
Son of a bitch.
And over the course of the next 50 years, they did exactly that. They built an empire, just last year turning over a light $88 billion in profit.
That's crazy.
Now, Bill's story is an interesting one, because from the outside looking in, we can see how lucky he was. Born into an upper middle class family, access to one of the only computers in the world at the time. The list goes on. But you can't...
Oh. So you telling me the game is rigged? Actually, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Lucky he was. Born into an upper middle class family, access to one of the only computers in the world at the time. The list goes on. But you can't look at that list and blame luck alone for his success. Sure, Bill had one of the luckiest head starts a human could ever have, but he also built everything himself. Bill was an incredibly hard worker.
We were hardcore about, hey, if you're working on a piece of code, just get it done. Don't worry about sleep.
He'd be in the office 7 days a week, up to 18 hours a day.
I didn't believe in weekends. I didn't believe in vacation.
From age 20 to age 30, Bill and Paul didn't take a single weekend off. He never received a penny from his parents to fund Microsoft. In fact, the business was actually losing money for the first 5 years. Luck was involved, no doubts about it. He was in the right place at more than the right time. But he also put in more work than everyone else. The success wouldn't exist without both parts.
Wow.
I think as people, we like to think of the world as linear, that things happen in a straight line. But that never seems to be the case. Most of the time, things happen very randomly. And if we're talking in terms of success, it's usually exponential. Usually there's a few lucky moments that change things forever. For example, like I said, Microsoft was losing money for the first 5 years. It was only in 1980 when they made a deal with IBM when they got their first breakthrough. They were introduced to millions of computers overnight.
People talk about, wow, you've had such success and it's just been so overnight and whatever. Well, whatever success I've got has come after like 8 years of just nothing working out.
Who's that? Christopher Nolan? Man, this guy, bro, he's amazing too, man.
Success and it's just been so overnight and whatever. Well, whatever success I've got has come after like 8 years of just nothing working out.
At a certain point, I believe with enough time things start to become inevitable. We've already established that luck is involved and you need to be in the right place at the right time. But at least in my mind it makes sense that within an entire lifetime, it's
Tarantino? Okay. Sick. Yeah, Tarantino is sick too. What he got, like Batman? Oh, his movies are sick. I like all his movies.
possible that you don't get lucky once. Tarantino is a great example at this point.
Yeah, Tarantino, man, this guy's one of the greatest directors ever. Man, how did I know? I guess Chris is amazing too. Chris is a sick director as well. But I don't know, Tarantino is fire, chat. He's releasing a new movie pretty soon, chat. Hey, can't wait for that one. Can't wait for that one.
To be in the right place at the right time. But at least in my mind, it makes sense that within an entire lifetime, it's impossible that you don't get lucky once. Tarantino is a great example at this point I'm trying to make. As you heard him say,
8 years of just nothing working out.
And when he did finally get some success,
Quentin Tarantino,
it all came overnight.
Thanks.
His first feature film did around $2.9 million on a $1.2 million budget. That's $1.7 million in profit. And the reason his story fits perfectly with this video is because logically speaking, it would have made sense to quit after year 4 or 5. Clearly what he was doing wasn't working, but because he was delusional enough to believe it would work, he put himself in a position where eventually it just had to. Sure, he's a talented guy, but he wasn't born with the ability to make great.
Oh, I gotta watch, what is it called? Kill Billy? I don't know. Is he really like that, chat? I never seen it. I gotta watch it. If it's really good, chat, I'm watching it after this stream. I don't know. I see it a lot, but it's good. Cosmic said it's good. Okay, I'm watching it then, chat. Because, oh my goodness.
Just had to. Sure, he's a talented guy, but he wasn't born with the ability to make great films. It was the 8 years of nothing that developed him into a great filmmaker. And because he was a great filmmaker, and because he was around for so long, one day he was in the right place, at the right time. I honestly don't see a way where if you have one dream in life, and you're committed enough to continue going for it for at least a decade, eventually it doesn't work out. And I think the hardest part about it, and the reason success rates are so low, is because people struggle to believe that. And so they change directions before they ever get there. I mean, it could happen next week, or it could happen in 30 years' time, you don't know. But at the end of the day, you only get one life, so you might as well go for what you actually want. And it's going to take some delusion to keep you going for that long, because most likely, nothing's going to happen for a very long time. But eventually it will, and those who stick around will find that out.
So the top's the only place to go now.
Damn.
We'll find that out.
What a sick quote. I'm at the bottom, but the top is the only place to go now. Sick. That's fire, chat.
Very long time, but eventually it will, and those who stick around will find that out.
Never know. I guess we'll never know.
I all day long would be practicing on the elevator in my dorm. I'd be going bah, 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 saying the shit. Right when Con would bring me up, my fucking head would spin. I'd forget where I was, not making sense. I would say 2 jokes and then I'd be like, oh my God, I don't know what's coming next. And I had that going for a while, but I still would go home at night and go, fucking, I'm gonna be so fucking good at this. I don't know what it was. Psycho.
It's funny, delusional thinking can sometimes carry you to the, like once you develop some skill, that delusional is like a little guardian that like keeps you protected while you actually
Man, I need to start training my delusional skills, chat. I need to lock in. You know? I need to lock in, because who knows, chat. But this YouTube stuff, you know, we can really build a community here, man. If I just need to get delusional to a point that becomes the truth, you know? That becomes like everything or something.
develop talent. But that's how you make it. That's how you make it in kind of everything. Like you're delusional, you know?
Yes.
Sick. Damn. Chat, what do you guys think of that video? Yes, lock in. You got this. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Chat, hold on. What do you guys think of that video? Let me know. What do you guys think of that video? Sick. Timeless. Hold on, chat. I might have some for y'all again. Kick ass video. That's what's up. I got some for y'all. I seen it, but like, it was so interesting. I want to talk on it. It was actually interesting. Damn. Man, it feels back to be back, chat. It feels back to be back. What am I saying? What am I saying, chat? It feels good to be back. It feels back to be back. What? What? Hold on. I got some for y'all, chat. This one's a bit different though. Chat, do you ever wondered what it's like being a billionaire? It's like, well, we're about to find out. I seen this video though. I mean, I don't have that problem. So let's check it out, chat. How it's like to be a billionaire. Damn, this is a long
This is what $100 million looks like.
Man, chat, it's a long video though, chat. Long video.
This is what $100 million looks like. 100 million $1 bills. Look at this. Okay, but watch this. This is what $100 billion looks like. Whoa. That's $100 billion. There's like 19 people on Earth that have this much money. Oh, and by the
Okay. Good for them.
way, one of these.
But hey, man, they did some. I think they kind of solved a problem or something, you know? Like most of them.
$100 billion looks like. Whoa. That's $100 billion. There's like 19 people on Earth that have this much money. Oh, and by the way, one of these guys just bought a house right up the road.
Oh yeah, this is like 38-minute video.
Here in Washington, D.C. Remember when we did the piles of cash? This is what $100,000 looked like when we did that visualization. So yeah, we're in a whole different echelon now. I want to show you the lifestyles of people who are worth this much money versus this much money. So we've been talking to experts, interviewing people who work with the ultra wealthy to construct real world scenarios of what these people's lives look like, what kind of influence they have in society, to understand what and who they can buy. Oh, and by the way, we're launching a media company. It's called New Press. It's going to be very different, realistic. So, okay, that's all.
Sorry, man. The video is 40 minutes. Come on, bro.
My name is Scott. I started a candy company and I grew it over many years, and I eventually sold it to a big giant candy corporation. And because I started the company, I own most of it, and so I got a huge payout from this sale. Between that and a bunch of other investments over the years, I now have a net worth of $100 million. Wow, that's a big number. My primary residence is New York City, where 818 other centimillionaires live. Centimillionaires, it's like 100 millionaires. I'll show you my New York City house in just a second. But first, let's talk about my fortune and how I can spend it. Now, I can't actually spend my fortune right now because all of it is in the stock market. The upside to that is that it grows and grows. My portfolio grows at 10% every year. So what if I just sell this $10 million return I got this year? This could fund some of my lifestyle. Ugh, but look at all these taxes. All in all, it's like 37% of that $10 million. I guess it still leaves me with $6.3 million to spend. And look, I didn't even have to touch my portfolio. I'm still worth $100 million. Wait, is this video just tax calculations? No. Let's go find a house.
Wait, is that New York? Bro, that looks good, chat.
My budget for a house is anywhere between $8 and $15 million, which sources told us is common at this level. And even though I live in one of the most expensive and crowded cities on Earth, with my budget, I can find a pretty sick house, I think. Okay, let's look around. Boy, there's some nice options here. How about this one? $8.5 million. This nice apartment in Midtown Manhattan. The listing tells me that this is the epitome of refined living. A superior pre-war white glove cooperative. What does that mean? 4 bedrooms, 4 bath. This sun-kissed airy. This sun-kissed airy is one of the crown jewels of the Tony Enclave. What is it? Am I reading like a different language? What is the Tony Enclave? I don't know what any of those words mean, sorry. But I do know that it has a semi-private elevator and is the perfect setting for alfresco entertaining. And me, a 100 millionaire, I am super into alfresco entertaining. I mean, this is looking like a pretty great house. It's got this super romantic painting above the mantle. And in addition to my real library, I also get a bathroom that kind of looks like one. By the way, this is only my primary residence. It's not my...
That's the bathroom? Looks like a library to me. Looks like a library to me. I guess you could read rich things when you're taking a, you know?
Only home. I've got a couple vacation homes around the country and the world.
Hilarious.
This one in Miami, which is increasingly a playground for the ultra-rich, and this one in the south of France. And both of these have full-time housekeepers. Let's talk about my vacations. I visit these houses a couple times a year, but for my other vacations, I'll maybe go to the Hamptons because I love to watch polo. There's this great polo match in July, and I buy a VIP ticket that will cost me only $3,500. Or lately I've been getting into F1, and so maybe I'll go to the race in Monaco. I'll stay at this Hotel Heritage, or no, Hermitage. I'll stay at the Hotel Hermitage, Monte Carlo, for just 22,000 euros a night, which is like $25,000 per night. Okay, let's get to the F1 race.
Wait, 25K for one night? What? They got stupid money, chat. He said for one night?
22,000 euros a night, which is like $25,000 per night. Okay, let's
25,000 euros. That's like double in Canadian or something. That's like maybe like 50K. Damn.
For just 22,000 euros a night, which is like $25,000 per night. Okay, let's get to the F1 race.
And the Monaco Grand Prix is underway.
Jeez, no one told me I needed to bring my swimsuit to the F1 race. I'm feeling a little overdressed. Food's great, chef. Great view. Let's get to the race. I'm planning on watching the F1 race from a private yacht. The ticket was $16,000. And look at the benefits here. I get to walk around in the pit, I get to meet the drivers, and I even get VIP tenders.
Oh, wow.
Oh, not that kind of tender. Just a
Imagine they give you chicken wings for as a VIP treat.
Oh, not that kind of tender. Just a fancy boat that brings me out to the yacht. Anyway, something's bothering me. Remember when I showed you I could sell off the returns that I made this year from my stocks and still come out with millions of dollars of cash to spend? Well, I didn't really like having to sell off all those returns and then have to pay like over 30% in taxes. Me and everyone else you'll see in this video don't like to sell our portfolio, our assets, to get cash, because that triggers all of these taxes. It gives us less power in the companies we own. Instead, we like to get cash through a bunch of other ways, using our vast fortune. My favorite trick is to go to the bank and to ask for a loan. Wait, what? I'm a super rich guy. Why do I need a loan? Well, let me show you. The bank will loan me a lot of money if I put my huge investment portfolio up for collateral, meaning they can come after it if I don't pay the loan back or if I default or something. Okay, how much can I get in a loan?
Yo, what up? What's your question, bro? What's your question?
Well, according to the bank UBS, I could borrow up to 85% of the value of my investment portfolio, which remember is $100 million. So I could potentially get a loan for $85 million. Another bank, Merrill Lynch, says that they will give at least 50% of the value of your portfolio. But regardless, we're talking tens of millions of dollars that I can borrow and spend. And guess what? I pay zero taxes on this money because it's not income, it's technically debt. Okay, wait, but it's a loan. So I'm accruing interest, right? This isn't.
Bro, what are you even talking about?
Free money. I'm gonna have to pay it back someday and likely have to pay it back with post.
Bro, please don't troll me, man. Damn, life's already doing enough trolling, bro. Don't troll me. Come on, man.
Tax money. So it's not free money. What's the deal here? Why am I doing this? Well, according to a lot of good reporting from the Wall Street Journal, people making $100 million or more can get quoted on an interest rate as low as 0.87%. Super low. In reality, today, under these conditions and with my net worth, let's just be really real and conservative and say that my interest rate on the loan is more like 5.9%. It's a lot higher than 1%. But watch what happens. This allows me to not have to touch my investment portfolio. I don't have to take out that $10 million of stocks and pay a bunch of taxes. And that is growing at 10% a year. Way more than the interest on this loan. Now watch what happens over time. This is the value of that $10 million left in my portfolio, and this is how much I owe on the loan I took out. That's a nice looking graph. My wealth is growing way faster than the interest on my loan is accruing. So this tax-free debt thing is awesome, and it's one way that I will turn my net worth into spendable cash without having to sell off any of my stocks in my portfolio. Oh. Okay, no more tax math for now.
Bro, what's up with these trolls, bro? Come on, bro. Stop trolling. I didn't do anything, man. You can't let people affect you like that. You know, you gotta do your thing. Come on, bro. Stop trolling.
Now, I want to go buy some more stuff. It's time to talk about private jets and yachts. Sadly, I can't afford the private jet that I want. Womp womp. But this doesn't mean I don't fly private. These days, I can easily just book a jet like this one. It can take me from New York to Miami, and it only costs me $15,000. I can get from LA to Australia for $200,000 on this private jet. $200,000 seems like a lot, but let's compare it to the median net worth of a US household, which is $192,000. The median net worth of a household, not a person, a household. Spending $200,000 on this flight to Australia feels the same for me as a median household spending $384 for this ticket. Pretty doable for a flight to Australia. Now I can get a better deal on these private flights if I pre-purchase a jet card like this. I fill it up with prepaid private jet hours. Prices range from $5,000 to $7,000 per hour for a small private jet and up to $20,000 an hour for a bigger, longer range jet. Maybe someday I'll own my own private jet, but my budget of $10 million doesn't really get me the fancy one that I want. I'll opt to charter for now. What I can afford is a fairly large staff to run my life.
What a struggle, man. It's just spend $200K to fly private. To fly, and then you stress about that you don't have your own private jet. Man, this is what I say, man. It's like, this is what when people say if them having a lot of money doesn't make them happy, I just think it comes down to gratitude, you know what I'm saying? You know, some people, they're not grateful for what they have, bro. You know, they're not appreciative of what they have in the moment. You know, it's like you get this one thing, you want the next one, you want the next one, you want the next one. The cycle never ends. You know, like you got your private chef, you got this, you got that, and then you still, life sucks. Jeff right there, I got a private jet and I don't have a private jet. I need to get to billions and billions and maybe try to get to $1 trillion. I could get multiple private jets. It comes down to, you're not grateful for what you have, and that could cause you to lose your, to not be happy or something. But this is a sick video though.
To charter for now. What I can afford is a fairly large staff to run my life. I have 18 full-time staff members, and that's a real number of staff for people of this net worth from a Morgan Stanley report. I've got a personal driver, I've got a shopper, I've got a butler, a chef, a laundry person. I'm super into security, so I've got a head of security and a bunch of security guards. I have a personal handler who sets up all the logistics of stuff I want to do. Like I want to go yacht shopping this weekend. They're handling all of it. Oh, that's him now. Hey, Brad. Yeah, for the yacht show this weekend, can you make sure I get some VIP tenders? No, the chicken ones. Oh, and I almost forgot, my most important staff members are the financial and legal experts who find the most clever ways to reduce how much taxes I have to pay. Which, my wealth manager, Jeff, keeps selling off all my stocks at a loss, and we're like losing money. Jeff.
Yeah, we got the army. We got the army in the building. You know, hey, taking care of business. Hey, if you're trolling, come on, man. You can't be trolling like that. We're just here having fun, smiling. Life is good. There's no need to be trolling.
Jeff keeps selling off all my stocks at a loss, and we're like losing money. Jeff, what are you doing back there?
Don't worry, Scott. This is called a wash sale and I know what I'm doing. You get back to yacht shopping.
Loss harvesting, wash sale. I don't understand it all. Jeff does though. Anyway, back to yacht shopping. Wow, look at these yachts. I'm actually sad to discover that I'm on the lower end of ultra wealth. So my yacht is actually not that fancy. It's not a super yacht, that's for sure. It looks more like this. It costs a little over $1 million. I might splurge and get this guy. Costs more like $6 million, but this is still pretty entry level. Because at this point, yes, I've got loads of money. I can buy and travel and live how I want. But what separates me from the big dogs who we're about to see is yachts and private jets, but also influence in society. I do some donating. I donate a bunch of money to politics. I gave $900,000 to a PAC that supports the candidates that I hope will win. I also belong to the invite-only Aman Club, which I had to pay a $200,000 initiation fee for. My membership fee is $15,000 a year, and I get to rub shoulders with people way richer than me, like Bill Gates, and even the Kardashians show up every once in a while. But this isn't real influence. I'm kind of paying for access. It's nothing like we're gonna see once we cross the $1 billion mark. Hey, since we're talking about money, can we take a minute to make sure that this video makes money so that our team can continue to work and our company can keep growing so we can keep making videos? That's why we have sponsors. Thank you NordVPN for sponsoring via these days. Turn our fake web monitoring. Thank you NordVPN. All right, now let's 10x this and get to $1 billion. Forbes says that there's about 3,000 people on Earth with this kind of money. Hi, my name is Javier. I was a moderately wealthy guy for a while, but I randomly wrote a $200,000 check to a couple of young guys in Silicon Valley who had a startup idea. They gave me 4% equity in their company, and then their company blew up and is now worth $80 billion. After some dilution, my $200,000 check is now worth $1 billion. That's my net worth. So how do I get liquid cash to spend from my vast fortune? Well, I don't want to sell any of my stake in the tech company I invested in because I have voting rights. I can control how it is. In fact, like Scott, I don't want to sell any of my portfolio for cash. Instead, I will generate money other ways. I'll go back to the old debt trick that we saw with Scott. Even if I get a loan that's 2% of my vast portfolio, I'm looking at $20 million of tax-free cash, all without having to touch my portfolio, which continues to grow in the market at 10% a year. That $20 million that I didn't have to take out of my portfolio is just in the market, is growing nice and fast. And look, after 5 years, my portfolio has grown way more than the interest on this loan. I can easily pay back the loan right now and still have extra to spare. Okay, so let's talk houses. Where do I live? Of course, New York City, where there's more billionaires than anywhere else in the world. I live up on the Upper East Side. Look at this beautiful home. 6 bedrooms, 17,000 square feet Manhattan apartment. It cost me $57.5 million. This was actually 2 huge multi-million-dollar houses that they combined into one. Just cause. It's got a pool with my favorite inspirational quotes on the wall, a basketball court on the roof, but this is not my only home. It is one of 7 that I own, including my home in Aspen, in Lake Garda, Dubai, St. Bart's, and of course, downtown Paris. And look, I finally own a private jet. Yes! No more chartering or prepaid flight cards. I've got my own private jet, and it is sick. Look at this thing. Cost me $75 million, and I have to pay
$75 million? Damn. $75 million to just, I guess, to fly like a bird? I guess that's sick, chat.
$3 million a year just to maintain it. Like, I have to pay $135,000 just to store it in a hangar. I pay $600,000 a year on fuel and $45,000 just on, like, basic maintenance. Oh, and I have a full-time pilot and crew.
I want it. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Get a private jet, fly like a bird. That'd be sick. I don't know, chat. That'd be a lot though. You got 20 homes, private jet, yachts. Damn. It's like you got it all. I think now I kind of see why they'll be like, you'll be struggling to figure out what should I do today. What should I do today? Because you got it all. You got a gym at home. You got a basketball court, swimming, hot tub, blah, blah, blah. That's sick. That was crazy, man.
Crew. I spend over $700,000 just to keep them retained as my full-time flight attendants. And I finally can buy a respectable yacht. Like, look at this one. It's 131 feet long. It's got a pool and a hot tub on the deck. It can carry 11 guests and 9 crew members. And like my PJ, I have to pay a full-time crew to run this thing year-round, even though I only use it a few times a year. My vacations look pretty similar to Scott's. A lot of expensive VIP access, but just a little more elevated. Like, I paid $3 million to watch the Super Bowl in this suite with Taylor Swift and a bunch of other rich people. The difference between me.
Oh yeah, I like that. I would actually want to travel to Cosmic, go everywhere, you know, see the world. That'd be sick. Try different foods. I like that idea, Cosmic. I'll be fired.
And Scott is I get invited to stuff that I don't even have to pay for because we're kind of all a little bit post money at this point. Like the Monaco Yacht Show, they have an exclusive opening day. Scott was paying $2,200 for a ticket, but I'm one of the 200 people that they just invited to the VIP experience. And in fact, where Scott's vacations were about lavish, opulent hotels and experiences, I have kind of a different vibe. I care mostly about privacy and security. In fact, the places I stay look a lot more like this from the street. Unassuming, not drawing any attention. But behind these walls, I've got everything I need for my vacation. My security team flew in a few days earlier to secure the property, and then I arrive with my butler, my chef, even my personal doctor is on site. I've got a dog walker who I pay to just hang out with my dog, and of course my luxury travel coordinator who just zipped into town to connect with the brands she's been communicating with. They're planning to come to my villa to set up my own personal store in one of the mini bedrooms, so that I can browse the latest fashion without leaving my villa. By the way, that's a real example from our reporting. A family who did this during one of their vacations and ended up spending $1.5 million on their little in-home designer store during their vacation. In fact, I want to super clarify that all of these examples are based on real reporting, real examples from our interviews with people who work with the ultra rich. Many of them don't want to appear and be quoted in this video, but we're grateful that they let us in on some of these lifestyle details of how people live and travel at this wealth level. Anyway, I'm Javier, and at this point, it's hard to know what to spend my money on that Scott can't. Like, we can both buy a $91,000 shirt, which sales tax alone on this puppy is like $8 grand. $9 million painting. There's a few things that are out of reach for Scott that I can buy, maybe like this nearly $3 million bottle of whiskey. What I can do at this level is pay for hyper exclusive experiences, like paying my favorite band, the Eagles, to fly in and play me a show. I'll pay millions of dollars for this, and in fact, they've negotiated only playing Hotel California one time, but it was totally worth it. And yes, that $6 million private concert is a real example too. Anyway, let's go back to security, because now that I'm a billionaire, I'm a little more well-known, and my security team has grown. But I'm also starting to get a little more paranoid, thinking about how I'm planning for something apocalyptic. We rich people think about this a lot. What if we lose it all? My vast wealth is in the market, in the economy, and if order breaks down, it could be worth nothing. So I'm going to invest in some backup plans. A bunch of land in upstate New York. And in fact, I'm even working on a bunker. I love bunkers. This thing's got food storage, a decontamination shower, a high-tech air filtration system, 4 bedrooms, a hair salon, a shooting range. Listen, I'm not a prepper, but you know, just in case, and I've got the money to do it, why wouldn't I?
That's crazy. It's like they got it all. Chat, bunkers, name it. Name it, they gonna buy it. As a billionaire, you know, just name it. Because there's no price that will hurt them.
I'm worth $1 billion. So at this point, I kind of have an army of tax professionals optimizing my wealth so I can pay as few taxes as possible. And Congress just passed some legislation that's really helping me out on this. At this level, I start to get weird and creative with my money. Maybe I'll buy a hotel chain, or maybe I'll invest in bubbles. What? No, not those kind of bubbles.
Bubbles? Man, being rich really does get boring, eh? You gotta buy bubbles now? Damn, I could get bubbles for free right now. Damn, they need to come talk to me. I'll get them some bubbles.
Or maybe I'll invest in bubbles. No, not those kind of bubbles. Bubbles is the name of my thoroughbred horse that I bought for $3 million. I paid millions of...
Never mind. Yeah, I can't. I don't got bubbles.
Bubbles is the name of my thoroughbred horse that I bought for $3 million. I paid millions of dollars, and then I had to, of course, build a home and a bunch of stables for Bubbles, and I had to like get a trainer and feed and care and medical attention. It's a lot of money, but it's a business expense. And Bubbles is a depreciating asset on my balance sheet. I'm supposed to try to make a profit off of Bubbles, but really I'm doing it because on race day, I love showing up to watch him race get to hang out with my friends, spend some time at the track, throw a big party, and watch Bubbles race. Come on, boy, come on. Bubbles. Oh, he lost again. And yes, I'm losing a lot of money on Bubbles, but honestly, I'm not that stressed because this is more of a hobby and all of these losses I can write off to lower my tax bill. I'm actually doing this same kind of hobby thing on a much bigger scale.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sometimes they buy like NBA teams, soccer teams. You know, it's all a tax write-off. Billionaires are smart, man. They smart like that, chat. They go with their money, I guess.
Losses I can write off to lower my tax bill. I'm actually doing this same kind of hobby thing on a much bigger scale. I bought an NBA team. I'm able to write these players off as depreciating assets, even though the team is growing and making money. All of this helps my tax rate be lower than the players who play for me and even lower than the guy serving beer in the stands. ProPublica did a great analysis on that, by the way. But yeah, anyway, all of this is legal. Like, I'm not breaking any rules. And honestly, it's really fun. And look, I have the best seats in the house. Oh, and by the way, I still pay a lot of taxes. My businesses pay corporate taxes and income taxes and payroll taxes and property taxes and sales taxes. I contribute massively in dollar terms, and my businesses generate huge amounts of tax revenue and jobs, and I took a risk in building my wealth. And when I sell or die, the government takes another giant cut. I'm paying plenty. And in fact, I'm paying so much that I'm gonna use some of my influence to try to change that. I've got my eye on a Senate candidate. I've contributed $20 million to his campaign to get him reelected, and he won. Yes! It's a few months later, and Congress is working on a bill. It could have big ramifications for my business and therefore my net worth. And so I'm gonna call in my favor to the senator who I donated so much money to help reelect. I need him to insert 8 words into this massive bill to allow my business to qualify for a huge deduction. He does it. Last second, and I just saved hundreds of millions of dollars in taxes. 20 million bucks to get this guy elected in exchange for hundreds of millions of dollars in savings? That sounds like a good investment. Thanks, Congress. My financial advisors have been telling me that it's time for me to not just be a rich person, but to become a philanthropist, to give away my money and to save some taxes in the process. How about, let's see, what can I give away? Well, I've got this really nice art collection. An appraiser said that it was worth $130 million. I'm gonna donate this, but I'm not gonna donate it to like a public gallery. I'm gonna donate it to my own family's private nonprofit foundation. And as long as I make this art accessible to the public, I can write off the $130 million from my taxes over several years. Okay, so I have to make all this art accessible to get the tax write-off. What counts as accessible? Luckily, the IRS isn't super specific, so I've decided to open up the art room to the public, but just in kind of random 2-hour slots that you need a lottery to get an access to. There'll be only guided tours on random Wednesdays, no regular hours, no self-guided tours. That's accessible, right? I'm taking the tax write-off. That work, guys?
Nice approach.
Yes. And yes, that is a real example of philanthropy really being vanity projects with no public benefit. Thanks again to ProPublica for their great reporting on it. Okay, moving on.
That's sick. Well, I guess you know how to play the game and you know how to play it right. You just do your thing, man. For those of us that, you know, we're like pawns, you know? We're like pawns. We're like pawns on a chessboard or something. You know, it's so hard to become a king. Or you can never become a king on a chessboard or something. As a pawn, it's like the game is rigged, man. I don't know, chap. Game is rigged.
And yes, that is a real example of philanthropy really being vanity projects with no public benefit. Thanks again to ProPublica for their great reporting on it. Okay, moving on. Now, there are billionaires who give to real causes that benefit real people, who give away a large amount of their fortune to actually change the world for the better. But it's also very common for billionaires to use foundations and philanthropy as tax shelters and vanity projects. And the IRS doesn't really come down on these people very often. Oh, I just got an email saying I'm going to Switzerland. Because I donated to the presidential campaign, the president is assigning me to be the ambassador to Switzerland. And I know the president said that he wouldn't be appointing his donors to these types of roles, but here I am. Seems like a lot of us donors are getting appointed. This is great. Let's get the jet ready to go to Switzerland. So you can see that my fortune at this point buys me anything I want, but it's actually starting to be more and more about buying influence in society and politics. But this is just the beginning. Let's see what happens when we 100x this. Okay, things are about to get kind of nuts because we're about to 100x this pile. To go from 1 billion to $100 billion. There's less than 20 people who have this much net worth or more. They're almost all Americans who started technology companies. Elon Musk, the world's richest man, has anywhere from 4 to 5 times this much, depending on the day. And at this point, there's no way I can convince you how much money this is. Like, you would have to combine the incomes of over 7.5 million Americans toiling away, earning the median salary of $63,000 a year. 7.5 million people earning the amount of money controlled by one guy. Hi, my name is Bradley. I founded a technology company decades ago, and it is now one of the most valuable companies on earth. I still run it actively, and most of my $100 billion fortune is in the form of a huge amount of stock in this company. How do I even think about where to live? I could go the direction of Indian billionaire Mukesh Ambani and build my own personal 27-story skyscraper, complete with a hanging garden and a 6-floor garage where I can store 168 cars. Or I could collect a portfolio of trophy homes all over the world. I'll buy this one in Florida for $173 million. It's got 33 bedrooms and 39 bathrooms. That is a lot of
33 what? I guess you could sleep in different room every day, you know, for the whole month and still have some change. Still have some change. That's crazy, chat.
Trophy homes all over the world. I'll buy this one in Florida for $173 million. It's got 33 bedrooms and 39 bathrooms. That is a lot of toilets.
And you could use a different bathroom every day. That'll be sick. You don't have to use the same bathroom every day. You don't have to sleep in the same room every day. Oh, you know what's crazy? You don't have to sleep in the same house every day. That's crazy, chat.
I'll buy a spot in London, but I'll make sure to buy all the properties around it, so I've got a lot of privacy. That one cost me $202 million. I'll grab a bunch of property along this coastline in Malibu. I'll buy this private golf course next to my 19,000 square foot mansion, even though I don't really play golf. And I'll even pay $86 million for a Zen temple in Japan, because I'm super into Japan. Let's add to the list buying this entire island of Lanai, Hawaii. All in all, my big portfolio of houses around the world adds up to about $2 billion worth of homes. But if I'm like Larry Ellison, whose homes all of those I just mentioned are, this isn't even 1% of my net worth. But I don't want to just buy.
That's crazy, chat. This is how you know the game is rigged. Because like for the regular person like us, for you to buy a home, or for most of us, you spend like 30 to 50% of your income towards a home. You know, every month. But he's not even spending 1% of his net worth. He's chilling. He's chilling, chat. That's crazy. This guy, he owns Oracle, right? The Oracle, whatever, CEO, whatever. Hey man, he's killing it.
All of those I just mentioned are. This isn't even 1% of my net worth. But I don't want to just buy homes. Maybe I want to buy a social media company. I'm really into influence right now, and influencing the media is a great way to influence society. And this is where I can take the loan thing that we talked about earlier to a whole new level. Yes, I could sell a...
What's up, Brainy? What's up, Brainy? Welcome to the stream. We're just chilling. You know, checking out some videos, listening to some stuff, you know, just taking it easy.
Bunch of my stock to get cash to buy the social media company. Or I can do what Elon Musk did and take out a giant loan, billions of dollars that I don't have to pay taxes on, that is based on my vast fortune. Musk was about to take out a loan of $12.5 billion, but then ended up taking about half that to buy Twitter. And this is what's wild, is the loan thing. At this level, I can plan to just do this forever. I never have to pay off these loans. I never have to sell off any of my stock. I could keep paying down the interest so it doesn't compound, but even if I don't, my fortune grows way faster than this debt accrues. And the real benefit of this happens when I get close to the end of my life. It's been decades. I have all these loans. They've grown, accrued interest. My fortune has grown way faster. And at the end of my life, I could sell a bunch of my portfolio, get a bunch of cash, and pay off all my loans before I die, so I don't leave my children saddled with all my loans.
That's crazy, chat. It's like their what is it called? Their money grows faster than, you know, like their debt. For average Joe like myself, you know, I gain a little bit of debt. Next thing you know, it's gonna be way bigger than me. Give it 3-5 years, you know, it's gonna be nearly impossible to pay it. But damn, they could live their whole life without even paying it and still be chilling. The game is rigged, chat. The game is rigged. That was crazy. That was crazy. Damn.
But I don't want to do that, because I would have to pay a huge amount of taxes if I did. And if you haven't noticed, I don't like taxes. My goal now, as I get close to the end of my life, is to set my family up to inherit my vast fortune in the most advantageous way possible. So I max out the gifting exemption. There's like $14 million I can do there, but that's like a drop in the bucket. I'll set up some trusts that technically remove control of my wealth and pays out a certain amount to the named beneficiaries, like my children and grandchildren, over a period of time, potentially forever. But watch this. My portfolio is a vast fortune.
Yeah, Brittany, I see you. I see you. I see everybody. I don't know. It wasn't working earlier. Or is it? It wasn't working earlier, so I just never cared. Fix it. It just says connecting. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna bother.
That is mostly loaded with unrealized gains, meaning this is all money that has grown in the market. I haven't paid taxes on it yet because I haven't taken it out. The moment I take it out, I have to pay taxes. But what I can do is when I die, I can give this giant fortune to my daughter, let's say. And the moment I give it to her, boom, the clock resets. She inherits that fortune, and suddenly, it's as if she has zero gains, meaning she could sell this entire portfolio on day one and pay no taxes. Those unrealized, untaxed gains disappear, never to be taxed. And yes, there is a big estate tax that I have to pay when I die, but my army of wealth managers have figured out a way to buy an insurance policy that will pay that tax for me. Anyway, I'm not dead yet. Let's talk about yachts. Because at this point, at $100 billion, I can get the top of the line. Look at this 600-foot long, $600 million yacht. This thing has a crew of 80 people. It can cross the Atlantic without refueling. It's got a pool, a helipad, a movie theater, a golf training room, because, you know, I gotta practice my swing when I'm out in the Atlantic. I pay my crew super well. Many of my crew stay on board my yacht for years. Oh, and did I mention that it's not just the yacht? I also have this little shadow barge that follows my yacht around when we're out to sea. It carries extra fuel so we can be out on the water longer. It also keeps some of my car collection. Oh, what's that? You're burning to hear about my car collection? I have 2,000 cars. This giant collection is worth around $200 million. It's kind of my hobby. Another real example from this billionaire. And just when I thought I had the top of the line, there's something else I got my eye on. This super yacht airship crossover that's straight out of Star Trek. I want this thing. Especially because the article says that, quote, crossovers can be oodles of fun when done right. I want oodles of fun. My super yacht's starting to look boring because I have to stick to the sea. But with this crossover, I can go anywhere because it literally turns into a blimp and goes onto land, and it costs about $1 billion. And yes, it's got all the bells and whistles, a pool, a sauna, a gym, a helipad. tenders, and a nice big garage for my cars. And yeah, we gotta talk about my private jet. Oh, sorry, private jets. I have 3 of them, and they're all huge. My favorite one is this one. This is the ACJ 350. It's got a cabin that's 167 feet long. Over 3,000 square feet of floor space on this sucker. I bought this thing for $360 million. And I spent another $100 million just to renovate the interior because I wanted a spa on board. I mean, totally worth it, right? Oh, and on a more grave note, I had to make a deal with my pilot that in case of the apocalypse, which I think about a lot, I'll let him and his family come with
Brittany was good. I see you. I see you, Brittany was good.
me to my compound. Like if we have to escape, I need to guarantee that I have a pilot to fly me away in case like the mob comes knocking. Where will I fly? Oh, I've got some options. I've got bunkers all over the place. Some of them have airstrips, so I can just fly right to them. My favorite one is in New Zealand, where a lot of us ultra wealthy are burying bunkers. This thing is buried underground. It's got a pantry, a gun room, a surgery station. This thing only cost me $8 million to build. But that's not including the couple $1,000,000 I had to invest in New Zealand for several years to qualify for an investor visa, so they'll like let me into their airspace. My other bunkers include huge pieces of land in Hawaii, where I have a huge full-time staff, including a person who raises my Wagyu cattle, just like my buddy Mark Z. He's got one too. We love Wagyu and hydrofoils. When I say and hydrofoils, cut to him on the hydrofoil out in the... We got this, Mark! Okay, but I'm not all doom and gloom apocalyptic. It's just a backup plan. I have hobbies too, but my hobbies have turned into kind of reality bending projects. Like, I want to go to space.
I feel super connected to love.
I want to create my own libertarian...
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Life does get boring when you got too much. You just don't know what to do with it.
Nation in the South Pacific. I've got the money to do it. I have like more money than a lot of nations. Or I could throw my money at wild, innovative ideas like making human brains talk to computers or finding ways for humans to live forever. My security team is...
Nah, there's no way I'm installing that thing in my head. Nah, I'm not touching that, chat. But I guess you could be... What if you get hacked? What if your brain chip gets hacked? You know? What if somebody installs virus in your brain chip? Nah, I don't know. I don't know about that, chat.
Now huge, dozens and dozens of professionals, many of them former Navy SEALs. And it's hitting me that at this level, I have so much money, I can actually make a huge impact in the world. I have the ability to give away over $19 billion of my wealth, no strings attached, to help change the lives of underrepresented people like Jeff Bezos' ex-wife did. I could put billions of dollars into eradicating infectious diseases and focusing on improving maternal and child health funding like Bill and Melinda Gates have done. It's a lot of power that I have to affect what public health initiatives get done. Or I could pour my philanthropic money into foundations that get me tax benefits and serve my own ventures and are completely controlled by me and my family. I could do either. And my level of influence is not just in the philanthropic causes I can fund. I also rub shoulders with the most influential decision makers in the world. Did I mention that as a part of my real estate portfolio, I've got this huge swath of beach in Florida where I've created an enclave for the rich. It's right next to the president's Florida residence, and it's where I make sure that I rub shoulders with the right people. This election cycle, I'm going to spend almost $300 million on getting my favorite candidate elected to be president. That seems like a lot. Is that legal? Actually, yes. Look, I have a front row seat to the inauguration, and the president is giving me the job I've always wanted, which is taking a chainsaw to the federal government.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw!
Whew, wow, well that...
Okay, chat. Okay, chat. It's getting crazy, isn't it? Getting crazy. All right, chat. It's going too far. Okay, we're going to change it up then, chat. It's almost over. Yeah. I don't know. I guess this is just too much information. It's too much information. Anyways, chat. Let's try something different. But I thought it was pretty interesting though, you know, to really see how the game is rigged. I mean, we all know this, but like, it's just crazy to see. All right, chat, we're gonna change it up. We're gonna try something different. Okay, let's try this. Let's try that. Let's try this, chat. Wow. Game is rigged. That was crazy though. It's a lot of information in that video though, chat. I ain't gonna lie. Too much. It's too much. It's too much. When your fans get way too personal in chat. Yeah, chat, you guys are getting way too personal. It's like, no, I don't want this. Indeed. Hold on. All right, let's check this one out. Too depressing though. I know. I know. You guys are getting way too personal, so let's check this one out. I know. Whoa. Ain't no way. Ain't no way Ren said that. Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, my bad. My bad, chat. Damn. No way he said that. Hold on.
No, I haven't had sex with Vic, guys. Fuck's sakes. Vic is my homeboy, though. Me and Vic have both slept with a few of the same women.
Damn. How did they get Ren to open up like this? You know? I mean, he's strong. He's strong and all, but like, damn, this is the type of stuff you take to the grave. Come on. Nah, that's like too personal, man. The fact that, nah, I don't know, Ren. You just, nah, damn. How did chat really get him to, to bring this one out? I guess Ren is he's full of integrity and all, but damn, I'm taking that one to the grave, chat. I'll take that one to the grave.
Slept with a few of the same women. And there's no hard feelings between us at all, or the women. There's just love. We're a very close-knit circle, our Brighton homies. It's nothing but love.
It's nothing but love.
Remain? No, I haven't had sex with Remain either. I just would like to remind you all, I am a straight man. I'm a straight man. I haven't had sex with any of the Big Push. I haven't had sex with Remain. I haven't had sex with Vic.
Bro, what is chat talking about? What? Bro, hold on. There's no way. What are you talking about? Oh, Ren got trolled, chat. Ren got trolled. They got to him. They got to him. And I mean, he's calm. He's calm. But me, I'll probably go through the camera. Just, But Ren, he's so calm. It's like he doesn't care. He doesn't care. Like, whatever, this is me. Like me or hate me. That's who I am.
They are my brothers from another mother's, and I love them dearly, and I think they're very sexy as well. Vic is a very handsome man. Romain is a very beautiful man, but I just don't like penises like that, I'm afraid.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Come on, man. Yo, Chow, what you guys got me watching? Bro, I don't know. Chow was moving weird, man. Chow was moving weird. I don't know why they got him into this conversation. I don't know how they got him into this conversation, man.
I just don't like penises like that, I'm afraid.
Whoa. Come on, Ren.
Good night. People are going to bed. Good night. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. Oh, I thought...
Yeah, send them to bed. Good night. Indeed. They gotta go to sleep.
You thought I was fruity. I think, you know, I might come across as a bit of camp. If I was bi, then yeah, sure. I think Vic and Romain would be the first to get it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
100.
whoa. Come on, bro. What we talking about here, chat? I don't know. What we talking about here, chat? Damn, they really got him. I don't know. Chat really got to him, and they just chat is now like they're just doing their thing. They're like, this is my moment. I had so many questions, but this one is it.
Oh, I think Vic and Romain would be the first to get it. 100%.
100%.
Stop asking me. Why are people asking me about the people I've collaborated with? No, I haven't slept with Eden or Molly. I haven't slept with anybody that I've collaborated with other than Bibby, okay?
Hold on. Okay. What kind of questions are these?
I haven't slept with anybody that I've collaborated with other than Bibby, okay?
Yeah, cut it out.
Who would I fuck if I was gay? Sean Connery back in his prime. Yeah, Sean Connery back in his prime. Brad Pitt in Fight Club.
Wait, what?
Matey Boy from Mr. Robot. I like my skinny what are they called? Skinny mysterious emo boys. That's my type. Yeah. I have.
Ran, why they got you talking like this, bro? Why they got you talking like this? I mean, it's cool and all, but they're just asking some weird question. What? Talk to him about music, man. I guess they're trying to understand him outside of music. So I guess it makes sense. But damn. I mean, there's so many questions you can ask Ren. Like, you get a chance to ask Ren a question, and that's what you come up with. Come on, bro.
Gotten some rest, yeah. No, not Tom Cruise. Nah. I don't get Tom Cruise. I don't get Timothy Chalamet either. They're just a little bit wet, to be honest.
Oh, is this recent? Because Timmy's been popping. He just started he just started going crazy for the last few years. So this probably new then, huh? This video right here. How long was this? When was this? Timmy. It's pretty recent then.
I don't really get it.
So Rand is, but like the thing about comments though, what I realize is sometimes like human nature, we gave focus on the negative, even though, for example, for myself, let's say there's like 100 people that say, oh man, sick video, I liked it. And then that one person comes in, comments something weird. I don't know, human nature, we kind of give that comment attention. Even though I had like 100 comments, I say that's fire. You know, it's like sometimes we're too focused on the negative. But I guess Ren is just having fun right here. He's just doing his thing.
Why is this turned into me talking about which men that I'd fuck?
Exactly,
If I
man.
was gay. Yeah, Donnie Darko, man. Of course, Jake Gyllenhaal, man. Sex god, sexy man. What about wait, come on, let's change the topic.
Yeah,
let's change
please.
the topic.
Yeah, please, man. This is way too crazy for me. I don't want to talk about what another man likes to do in his free time.
Wait, come on, let's change the topic. Let's change the topic. Oh yeah, Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, yeah. Celebrity girl crushes would be like early Angelina Jolie. Well, Angelina Jolie whenever, but like her in Girl Interrupted. I like girls that are slightly like unhinged and, you know, slightly emo-y unhinged girls, and Angelina Jolie in Girl Interrupted. God damn. And there's a film called Hackers, which is like a fucking brilliant film, man. I don't know if anyone's seen Hackers, but it's about like early 90s. It's like so bad it's good. It's like brilliant. If anyone hasn't seen Hackers, but it's super young Angelina Jolie in it, back when she was like early 20s, and she's got like this short haircut and she's proper like punk emo looking. Fuck. Woof. God damn. Take me away from this world, Angelina Jolie, and cover me in baby oil. Who else?
Not the baby oil. Not the Come on, bro. You can't say that. Bro, how long ago was this? Yeah, how long ago was this? Anybody? There's no way. Not the baby oil. We don't. You want to stay away from that. You want to stay away from that. This gotta be at least 20 years ago. Because nowadays, baby oil is like, yo, you don't be around that. It's a nightmare.
World, Angelina Jolie, and cover me in baby oil. Who else?
Come on, bro.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I've got that many celebrity. This is worrying that I reeled off about 10 men. And I can't think of that many women. Maybe I need to start questioning myself. Who else? I like, well, obviously Tash Sultana is fucking babe. She's just something else, man. She's a force of nature. Like her, when she I think it's her playing. I find it so sexy. Like when she gets into playing electric guitar, there's just something. I think passion is the sexiest thing, man. For me, like in terms of like attraction, seeing somebody, and it doesn't really matter what that passion is. It can be anything. They can be passionate about anything, but I just find passion so fucking sexy, man. God damn.
Okay.
Yeah, Margot Robbie's hot. Jessica Alba's hot. Not really emo enough for me. I like slightly emo unhinged girls, women. Jerry Halliwell. Jerry Halliwell was my.
Bro, I think I see what the viewers are doing. I think I see what they're doing. They're trying to see, damn. You know, they're trying to see if they're Ren's type. So, I guess they kind of playing a sick game, you know? Okay, that's kind of clever, though.
Girls, women. Jerry Halliwell. Jerry Halliwell was my first crush. Jerry Halliwell and Kimberly, the Pink Power Ranger, were my first crush. I was quite young, but for some reason I was just like so attracted to. Now, you know, I don't know why. When looking back, but when I was like an 8-year-old boy, I was like, she is the epitome of everything that I want from a woman. I was just massively into Jerry Halliwell.
All right, Brittany. Yeah. Of course. It's all love out here. Love, smile. That's what we're here for. just chilling, having fun, relax. Just trying to pick another
Xena?
word.
Do you mean Xena Warrior Princess? I also just fancy like video game girl character, like Tomb Raider. I think I just like strong women. A woman that could potentially kick my ass.
Okay.
Hot. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, Ran. I don't know. I don't know.
Could kick my ass. Hot.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But Ren is just trolling them back. Damn, he's just playing with them too. The trolls got trolled.
Tomb Raider. But the video game, obviously the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider, but also the video game Tomb Raider was the first one I was attracted to. Like Tomb Raider 2, just her like what was like controlling her. I did this thing. I'm just going to admit something now. There was this Easter egg on Tomb Raider 2 that if you found enough of these hidden treasures, it apparently unlocked the shower scene where you would see Tomb Raider's pixelated breasts. Because the graphics were terrible back then, but we didn't know any different because we had nothing to compare them to. So I spent a painful amount of hours trying to unlock Tomb Raider's boobs. I think I did it actually. I think I got Tomb Raider.
Bro. Come on, Rand. Stop trolling. Stop trolling. But some people actually are buying this. They're like, oh yeah, damn. Rand was really on an adventure of trying to, you know, see through the pixelated bad graphic video game to see the he's just trolling and they all buying it.
Raider's tits. Yeah, that was a proud moment for me. I'd also make Sims take showers and then put the cheat in where you could move furniture around so that they'd be taking the shower, then you move the shower away and then all of a sudden they're naked. That's a little Sims hack for you perverts out there.
Okay.
I was a very sexually
Is he? He's telling the truth? Ha ha ha. I don't know. I think he's trolling. No way. He's not that. I guess. It's not like it's 1950 or 1990. You know? Ren is not that old. You know? Ren is not that old.
I was a very sexually invested child. Invested? No, that's not the word. I liked boobs.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. That's pretty fair.
Deprived. Yeah, deprived is probably the right word. Come on, I was a teenage boy. We've all been there. All of us in this chat. We've all been teenage boys.
100%.
Every single one of us.
100%. I mean, he's right though. If everybody had to talk about the weird things they done, you know, it'd be weird as hell. So, you know, we can't really like judge him. But damn, it's cool that he's being honest. Like, damn, man, this is the type of things. I don't know how they got Rain to just spit it out like that, man. Hey, he's a stronger man than I am.
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy, chat. That was a very interesting video. Interesting video. Okay, so that was interesting. The weird side of Rain. I mean, we'll be seeing the dope side of him. You know, I guess everybody got their weird side. But I don't know, the baby oil part, I think he was just trolling. That was just a pure troll. That was just a pure troll. That was funny though. That was funny though, chat. I don't know, chat. I might stay for like 30 more minutes and end it. Cause I might go live again tomorrow. I don't know. I might go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy this year. I'm gonna do my thing this year. Whenever I have time, I'm gonna try to go live. That's the goal. Whenever I have time, I'm gonna try to go live. Hold on. Yeah, that was insane. Very random. And it was chat. Should go live again tomorrow. Hey, Brandy, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't know what. I mean, I got other things to do. But like, I like doing this. So I'm gonna go live again tomorrow. Probably around the same time. Yeah. It's gonna be sick. Okay, I'll check that one out then. I'll check that one out. Check that one out. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. Can I show you guys after that? I'm gonna show you guys another video. It's called Pain of Becoming Yourself. I don't know. Hopefully you guys like it, because you guys didn't like the $1 billion bullshit. So hopefully you guys like that. I'm gonna show you guys another video after this Vincent thing. Mr. Vince. All right, let's check it out. Let's check it out. I want to show you guys another video though. After, because chat, I did my research, chat. I found all those videos. I wanted to share them with y'all. So I don't know, that $1 billion one was it was a gamble. I knew you guys wouldn't mess with it. Oh, okay. So this is like the last part then, huh? This is the last part. What time did I go live today? I went live like maybe like 3 hours ago. I went live 3 hours ago. So that was maybe like 5:25 my time. 5:25 my time. Hey, dude, 50 still in the building? I don't know. I haven't heard from you. You said you're kind of sick. Let's see it. He's in the celly. Nice.
do I begin? Wait.
Bro, this is actually sick. I like this beat.
How do I begin? Wait a minute, I know. Step 1, I repent. Step 2, let me go. No, 3, maybe I show you remorse for my crime. Fuck that, let me speak my mind. So allow me to introduce myself to your manifestation of everybody in this room. Duh, ever felt discarded by a system that's regarded to be something for the people, but the people disregarded, it's retarded. Putting all the power in the palms of the heartless. Lions don't care when chewing on carcass.
And putting all the power in the hands of the heartless. People that don't even care about anybody but themselves. Damn, that's hard. That's true and hard. It's like Mike Tyson.
Discarded by a system that's regarded to be something for the people, but the people disregarded, it's retarded. Putting all the power in the palms of the heartless. Lions don't care when chewing on carcass. Homeless levels rise and the politicians pardon. Slave labour wage docking pay for the farmers. Britain, Great Britain, no, you're a slave. Great Britain, tax bracket rise, grow. Give a tax break for a suit and tie on the low. Well, the everyday people getting fucked till they broke, so let me unload, I'm on a roll. I never vote, big in the polls, Britain the road. Who's in control when there is no food in the bowl? It's a low blow. Representatives don't show empathy. Plain to see, represent me, no soccer. Britons break backs just for bread and butter. Fuck the PM, did they stutter? In the PM, there'll be bodies in the gutter. Blood-stained hands, milk up all lands udder. 9 to 5, can't survive away just to work in a job that can't provide. It's by design, my hands are tied. I climb that, on this that. How the fuck can I pretend it's fine? The water is never wine. A pig steps to the slaughter before your eyes.
Wow. He's spitting. 9 to 5 and I can't even survive. It's like, what do I work for? You know? Where's the reward? You know, I can't even enjoy the fruits of my labor because I ain't got no fruit. You know? There's no fruit to enjoy because they all just get put back into the system. You know, as soon as you get that money, you know, the hand that gave it to you just grabs it back. You know, because think about it. For you to go to that job and have the energy for that job, you got to eat, you got to sleep, you know, you got to dress, you got to do everything. It's like invest into yourself so you have enough energy to go to the job again. So it's just rinse and repeat. Man, Ren is spitting in here. He's spitting in here. And I like that he's talking about things that actually like affect everybody too. Like I said before, it's you know, it's not just a waste. He's not using his platform, you know, to just waste time. You know, he's spreading awareness. He's telling us this is not cool. We can't keep living like this, man. Can't keep living like this. We can't keep getting treated like this. You know, something gotta change.
Stutter in the PM, there'll be bodies in the gutter. Blood-stained hands, milk up all lands udder. 9 to 5, can't survive away just to work in a job that can't provide. It's by design, my hands are tied. I climb that, on this that. How the fuck can I pretend it's fine? The water is never wine. A pig steps to the slaughter before your eyes. It's for the new world order, except our minds. Court of law, a horse who will bend for bribe. All the while, people watch reality TV, sleep easy, wake and repeat the cycle. Are you taking the Michael? Better beat it though. City full of sheep tweeting on the social media. Tabloid twisting tails and it's causing mass hysteria. Polarise the people, never by the hand that's feeding you. When it comes to war, they'll be calling for you, needing you. Fighting for a cause that wasn't yours, then leaving you. Hyperpolar.
Never bite the hands that feeds you. But that's what they tell us. That's what they tell us. But we're barely eating though. You know, we're barely eating. I mean, we're probably just scraping the plate, you know, whatever, you know, just the crumbs that is left on the plate. You know, we just clean it up and we say thank you. Thank you.
Rising the left and the right, are you woke, are you racist? Black, are you Why are you all for the Brexit? Make a swift exit. The NHS rots, where was tax directed? Look, there goes another fucking puppet elected. Dance, little puppet, dance for the neglected. Impunity from true flies come to be expected. Sever head of Hydra, 2 parties resurrected. Yes, I am the malevolent.
Okay, that's sick. Okay, so he could beatbox too? He can beatbox? Hold on. Wow.
Yes, I am the malevolent, degenerate delegate. Incarcerate the truth, keep it separate. The fabric of society is delicate. They don't want me in the room, I'm the elephant. Let's go. I guess I was fucked from the get-go. Wrong place and wrong time, guess so. Wrong planet, wrong mind. Guess you could say I was.
Take it easy, Turbo. Take it easy.
In the room, I'm the elephant. Let's go. I guess I was fucked from the get-go. Wrong place and wrong time, guess so. Wrong planet, wrong mind. Guess you could say I was destined to break because I get no satisfaction. I roll stoned. ETAs with ET, I phone home. ETC, don't blink, life is gone. Time don't wait, the show must go on. In London underground, come rain and thunder. Junkies, drunks and punks stung by the hunger. God is good until life push you under. One by one become cold like the tundra. One by one cast out like pariah. Sever head from body, so body bow to Messiah. Boy cry wolf, everybody soon expire. Run, little liar.
Wow. Man, he switched it up so many times. He got different flows. You know, he out there trying out different spices, different seasonings, whatever. He's doing it all. He out here cooking it.
Everybody soon expire.
Run, little liar.
Facts. It's all lies. Just tell us the lies. I mean, everything, if you think about it, everything is all what is it called? Okay, I watched this one video or whatever. I've been looking into it. How like currency, it's all like it's all an illusion, it's all a lie. But as long as we believe in the lie, then that's the truth. And we all do. We work for the lie. You know, we hustle for the lie. You know, because we believe in it. You know, as long as you believe the lie, then it's true. So, because think about it. You work for something that the bank could just wake up and just print. You know, just print it. You know, because they could just you know, you go ask for a loan. The bank, they don't have that money in there. They don't have that money sitting in the bank, sitting there. You know, they give you credit. You get credit for that. But when, you know, but you have to go out there and really suffer for the dollar. But the bank, they could just go out there and just print it. And then you just leave the lie. You believe in the lie. And I don't know, man. I don't know. This Rain trilogy, quadrilogy, whatever, it's been heading hard. Like I said, it's been heading like it's Mike Tyson, prime Mike Tyson. Round 1. It's a heavy hitter, man.
Democracy ain't corporate lobby free for all. Democracy ain't rich boys, silver spoon seniors. Democracy ain't eating up a lie, then forgiving you. Democracy ain't choosing between herpes or chlamydia. Democracy, hypocrisy, a synonym entwined. Take a baby, then deliver him, position him in line, and then imprison him, condition him in school to make him blind. After they christen him, the Father, Son, the ghost, but not the mind. We are divine, we lose potential when we gravitate degree. We are benign, we turn to cancer when we take more than we need. We are designed to be magnificent, we waste that when we walk. A starry night, the plight of Vincent inside cell block 44. I fought a war inside myself, the war of every working man. A war of what's and why's and how's, and when's the time to take a stand? And who's the one to put me in my place? You, or is it God? It's compliance, staying silent. If defiance comes from love, I come from love. I come from hope, I come from truth, I come from trust. I am the last remaining push inside a world that turns to dust. Against the people so determined, all to die. And for what? Love of power, love of money, love of ego, love of lust. What about love for the sake of love? What about really loving us? But I mean really loving us. That means that I, the me, myself is you, and so we're we in one. And there's never separation while we're moving round the sun. For the cell of every sentient, it shares a...
Wow. Wow. You know what? You can feel the anger and he's frustrated about what's been going on for a very, very long time. Because his viewers are affected by, this scam that we live in. And he had enough. It's like, we gotta stand up, y'all. We gotta stand up. The game is rigged. It was never fair. It's like we gotta rewrite the rules or something, Something gotta change. This is, like I said, this is a heavy hitter.
I mean really loving us. That means that I, the me, myself is you, and so we're we in one. And there's never separation while we're moving round the sun. For the cell of every sentient, it shares a single song. And that's the song of sweet creation. Do you hear the minstrel strong? For there's more to music. Life is music. Music is the tongue in the mouth of Mother Earth, and her heart beating is the drum. Hear it, hear it, hear it. That's that thunder in your chest that lets you know that you belong. We are one, we are one, we are free to one song. Something better, yet reset so we can all live on.
That's so true though. Cosmic said unit. As long as we unite, become one, stronger, we're always gonna be stronger together, You can't defeat that. One unit, you can't defeat that. Because with one, there's no two. There's just one. There's no, oh, I'm from the side, you're from the right. I'm from the, you know what I'm saying? It's just, we're just all one. We're working together, sharing these resources together, because there's a lot to go around. This song, I don't know. I like this.
Vincent! Oh good, he's waking up. Vincent, dear boy, I can feel your frustration, but you're in very safe hands here now, please be patient. You see, we are the cutting edge rehabilitation. Don't you feel so excited for this new innovation? Nah, guards, what the fuck, man? I think I wanna leave. Oh, leave? I'm afraid that that's impossible, see? You see, we're part of a new program, it's a government scheme. We're making gentlemen from criminals, and that's what you'll be. With a brand new method, the sort of trials and tests. Like our good God, son, you'll be resurrected. What the fuck you on about? What kind of brand new method? Well, we take the frontal lobe and we kind of dissect it. With your synapse augmented with our new serum injected, it aims to recorrect the parts of you we know are defective. There'll be discomfort in your cerebellum, that is expected. Hey, if progress wants a price, let it. Guards, this one will do. Yes, this one's fine. Take him away.
Dang. He's tired of this game. He just wants to leave, but you can't escape the... it's like we're stuck in a box or something. stuck in a box, or always stuck in a circle or something. It's all a loop, and you want to get out. But the game is rigged. It's so hard to get out of this circle, out of this loop. Man, I don't know. This is way too deep for me, chat. Way too deep for me, but it's so true at the same time. It's the lie that we live every day. You know, looking forward to go. I mean, like, think about it, chat. You work 40 years, 50 years, just to have 10, 15 years of chilling. I mean, it's not really that much of a trade-off. Plus, like, you know, tomorrow is not promised. Tomorrow's not promised, but like, we live like, you know, like 10 years, 20 years is guaranteed or something. I don't know.
That's it. Guards, this one will do. Yes, this one's fine. Take him away.
Sick. Anyways, chat. That was tough, y'all. Everything he's saying, I'm living it. You living it. We all living the same lie. We work for the lie. It's all an illusion. But as long as you believe in it, you buy into it, you know, that's what matters. That's the truth, I guess. If people believe in the lie, it's the truth. And they're so good at selling us that lie. You know? They're so good at selling us that lie. You work because you work. I'll take 40% of what you worked for. You know, and if you think about it, because you get paid per hour, they take like, how many hours do you think they took? They took 30% of your time. Man, that's some deep stuff, chat. Anyways, chat, I got one more. I got a video for y'all though. Okay, it's like becoming yourself. The pain of becoming yourself. It's like what it takes to really become yourself. I don't know. It sounds interesting. Hopefully it's good.
Today,
hopefully this video is sick. Because if it's not, Chad's not gonna like it. The fear of becoming yourself. The pain of becoming yourself. All right, let's check it out.
Today,
Let's check it out, chat. And I think this lines up perfect with what Ryan was saying, you know? You know, why leave the system's lie if you could just make your own truth or something, you know? You could do something for yourself. Find yourself. All right, let's check this one out. What's really going to take, chat, to really find yourself and be... Yeah, let's check it out.
I'm going to tell you 3 stories from my life. That's it. No big deal. Just 3 stories.
Uh-oh.
The first story is about connecting the dots. I dropped out of Reed College after the first 6 months, but then stayed around as a drop-in for another 18 months or so before I really quit. So why'd I drop out? It started before I was born. My biological mother was a young, unwed graduate student, and she decided to put me up for adoption. She felt very strongly that I should be adopted by college graduates, so everything was all set for me to be adopted at birth by a lawyer and his wife. Except that when I popped out, they decided at the last minute that they really wanted a girl. So my parents, who were on a waiting list, got a call in the middle of the night asking, "We've got an unexpected baby boy. Do you want him?" They said, "Of course." My biological mother found out later that my mother had never graduated from college and that my father had never graduated from high school. She refused to sign the final adoption papers. She only relented a few months later when my parents promised that I would go to college. This was the start in my life. And 17 years later, I did go to college. But I naively chose a college that was almost as expensive as Stanford. And all of my working class parents' savings were being spent on my college tuition. After 6 months, I couldn't see the value in it. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, and no idea how college was going to help me figure it out. And here I was, spending all of the money my parents had saved their entire life. So I decided to drop out and trust that it would all work out okay. It was pretty scary at the time, but looking back, it was one of the best decisions I ever made. The minute I dropped out, I could stop taking the required classes that didn't interest me and begin dropping in on the ones that looked far more interesting. It wasn't all romantic. I didn't have a dorm room, so I slept on the floor in friends' rooms. I returned Coke bottles for the 5-cent deposits to buy food with. And I would walk the 7 miles across town every Sunday night to get one good meal a week at the Hare Krishna temple. I loved it. And much of what I stumbled into by following my curiosity and intuition turned out to be priceless later on. Let me give you one example. Reed College at that time offered perhaps the best calligraphy instruction in the country. Throughout the campus, every poster, every label on every drawer was beautifully hand calligraphed. Because I had dropped out and didn't have to take the normal classes, I decided to take a calligraphy class to learn how to do this. I learned about serif and sans serif typefaces, about varying the amount of space between different letter combinations, about what makes great typography great. It was beautiful, historical, artistically subtle in a way that science can't capture, and I found it fascinating. None of this had even a hope of any practical application in my life. But 10 years later, when we were designing the first Macintosh computer, it all came back to me. And we designed it all into the Mac. It was the first computer with beautiful typography. If I had never dropped in on that single course in college, the Mac would have never had multiple typefaces or proportionally spaced fonts. And since Windows just copied the Mac, it's likely that no personal computer would have them. If I had never dropped out, I would have never dropped in on that calligraphy class, and personal computers might not have the wonderful typography that they do. Of course, it was impossible to connect the dots looking forward when I was in college, but it was very, very clear looking backwards 10 years later. Again, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path. And that will make all the difference.
Man, that's actually true, man. Man, I was working with this one guy. He's American, but he came down to Canada for work and all. And then he was telling me on how people are so scared to like really try, you know? And then he was saying like, you gotta try, because some days you gotta try, even if you fail, it's all good. Because some days you're gonna be a hero or you're gonna be zero. And then he also added to it, it's like some days it's either chicken or feathers. And then he's like, he was having a bad day though. So he's like, but today's being a bunch of feathers. And he was like, he wasn't stressed about it. He was like, it's all good. It's part of it. It's part of the process. So like with his story right here, he's telling us like, it's like nothing ever lined up for him, man. But he just went with it, Nothing was perfect for him. He just tried his best. He might have started off with some feathers. All he had was just feathers. It was never chicken. But like eventually he figured it out. He became a hero. Became a hero with this computer things. You know, because he wasn't afraid to try. He wasn't afraid to fail. Man, stories like this are just inspiring, you know. I just love it.
It leads you off the well-worn path, and that will make all the difference. My second story is about love and loss. I was lucky. I found what I loved to do early in life. Woz and I started Apple in my parents' garage when I was 20. We worked hard, and in 10 years, Apple had grown from just the two of us in a garage into a $2 billion company with over 4,000 employees. We just released our finest creation, the Macintosh, a year earlier, and I just turned 30. And then I got fired. How can you get fired from a company you started? Well,
that's crazy. Getting fired from something that you started, something that you worked hard for. In a way, in a way, man, that would defeat most of us, man. It's like you just carry envy and anger and hate, you know, put all that energy into that and never really like focus on you know, changing and trying something different. Yeah, because you probably, like, most of us would just just focus on the being fired part instead of like saying, well, I guess I need to start something different. New start, new beginning. Damn, let's hear him out.
how can you get fired from a company you started? Well, as Apple grew, we hired someone who I thought was very talented to run the company with me. And for the first year or so, things went well. But then our visions of the future began to diverge, and eventually we had a falling out. When we did, our board of directors sided with him. And so at 30, I was out, and very publicly out. What had been the focus of my entire adult life was gone, and it was devastating. I really didn't know what to do for a few months. I felt that I had let the previous generation of entrepreneurs down, that I had dropped the baton as it was being passed to me. I met with David Packard and Bob Noyce and tried to apologize for screwing up so badly. I was a very public failure, and I even thought about running away from the valley. But something slowly began to dawn on me. I still loved what I did. The turn of events at Apple had not changed that one bit. I'd been rejected, but I was still in love. And so I decided to start over. I didn't see it then, but it turned out that getting fired from Apple was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. The heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again, less sure about everything. It freed me to enter one of the most creative periods of my life. During the next 5 years, I started a company named Next, another company named Pixar, and fell in love with an amazing woman who would become my wife.
He started Pixar. Pixar is sick. They have like one of the most beautiful animated films ever, man. What does Pixar have? Like Up. Is Cars Pixar, whatever? They got some sick stuff. What about Toy Story? Hold on. Is Toy Story Pixar, whatever? Probably. But that was sick though. Like his downfall became his it's like the quote from Kanye. He said well, we're at the bottom right now. We can only go up from here.
Another company named Pixar, and fell in love with an amazing woman who would become my wife.
Hey.
Pixar went on to create the world's first computer animated feature film, Toy Story, and is now the most successful animation studio in the world. In a remarkable turn of events, Apple bought Next, and I returned to Apple, and the technology we developed at Next is at the heart of Apple's current renaissance. And Lorene and I have a wonderful family together. I'm pretty sure none of this would have happened if I hadn't been fired from Apple. It was awful tasting medicine, but I guess the patient needed it. Sometimes life's going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love, and that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. And like any great relationship, it just gets better and better as the years roll on. So keep looking, don't settle. My third story is about death. When I was 17, I read a quote that went something like, "If you live each day as if it was your last, someday you'll most certainly be right."
Oh my God. That's actually true. Cause there's this other quote that I heard. It's like life is so risky and none of us are gonna come out of it alive. you know, it's like that's how crazy life is. It's so risky and crazy that none of us are gonna come out alive. So just do your thing. Just do your thing. Don't be scared of anything.
It made an impression on me. And since then, for the past 33 years, I've looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself,
good night, what is it called? Bad Wolf. See you tomorrow. If you're gonna be around.
if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Because almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart.
Okay.
About a year ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. I had a scan at 7:30 in the morning, and it clearly showed a tumor on my pancreas. I didn't even know what a pancreas was. The doctors told me this was almost certainly a type of cancer that is incurable, and that I should expect to live no longer than 3 to 6 months. My doctor advised me to go home and get my affairs in order, which is doctor's code for prepare to die. It means to try and tell your kids everything you thought you'd have the next 10 years to tell them in just a few months. It means to make sure everything is buttoned up so that it will be as easy as possible for your family. It means to say your goodbyes. I lived with that diagnosis all day. Later that evening, I had a biopsy where they stuck an endoscope down my throat, through my stomach and into my intestines, put a needle into my pancreas and got a few cells from the tumor. I was sedated, but my wife, who was there, told me that when they viewed the cells under a microscope, the doctors started crying because it turned out to be a very rare form of pancreatic cancer that is curable with surgery. I had the surgery, and thankfully, I'm fine now. This was the closest I've been to facing death, and I hope it's the closest I get for a few more decades. Having lived through it, I can now say this to you with a bit more certainty than when death was a useful but purely intellectual concept. No one wants to die. Even people who want to go to heaven don't want to die to get there. And yet...
That's so true. We don't want to die, but we want to go to heaven.
Even people who want to go to heaven don't want to die to get there. And yet, death is the destination we all share. No one has ever escaped it. And that is as it should be, because death is very likely the single best invention of life. It's life's change agent. It clears out the old to make way for the new. Right now, the new is you. But someday, not too long from now, you will gradually become the old and be cleared away. Sorry to be so dramatic, but it's quite true. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. When I was young, there was an amazing publication called the Whole Earth Catalog, which was one of the Bibles of my generation. It was created by a fellow named Stuart Brand, not far from here in Menlo Park, and he brought it to life with his poetic touch. This was in the late 60s, before personal computers and desktop publishing, so it was all made with typewriters, scissors, and Polaroid cameras. It was sort of like Google in paperback form 35 years before Google came along. It was idealistic, overflowing with neat tools and great notions. Stuart and his team put out several issues of the Whole Earth Catalog, and then, when it had run its course, they put out a final issue. It was the mid-1970s, and I was your age. On the back cover of their final issue was a photograph of an early morning country road, the kind you might find yourself hitchhiking on if you were so adventurous. Beneath it were the words, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." It was their farewell message as they signed off. Stay hungry, stay foolish. And I have always wished that for myself. And now, as you graduate to begin anew, I wish that for you. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Thank you all very much.
Oh, wow. Steve Jobs. Damn, that was tough, chat. That was tough. Yeah, that was hard, chat. The pain of becoming yourself. Hey, man, we all go through it. We all go through life like that, man. We all gotta go through it. We all gotta leave. We all gonna die, so just live your life, chat. Wow, that was good. Hey, Cosmic, that was heavy. Those are some heavy header too. Some heavy header. And with chat, y'all got some for me? Y'all got some for me? Cause this is it. This is it. This is what's up. If y'all got some for me. I showed y'all a few videos that I thought they were interesting. I think this was interesting too. Y'all showed me a little bit too. So we might call it a night. Right on. Keep on living. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up, Cosmic. Spit it. That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Keep living. Keep living. This was fun. Thank you. Hey, Cosmic. Appreciate you for being here. As always. Thank you so much for being here. And everybody else in here, you get some rest. Hey, thank you for that. And everybody else in here, keep loving, keep living. Like they said, man, life's so risky and none of us are gonna get out of it alive. So just live it up, man. Just live it up. If you got something to do, go do it. There's no point of being scared. There's no point of being scared and not trying to do anything. Because life itself is risky. Anything could end it. Because we take on risk every day, from driving, eating. Everything we do is risky. Life itself is risky. Anyways, chat, keep living, keep loving, never hating. Because come on, love is way better. Love is stronger. Love is powerful. Anyways, chat, love y'all. Take care. Britney, take care. Bad Wolf, take care. Dude 50, take care. Shout out to the trolls. Shout out to all the awesome people. Love y'all. See y'all soon. I'm gonna go live again tomorrow. Probably like around like maybe 3 hours from before this. Yeah. Anyways, y'all. Love y'all. Take care. Love you, Chris. Hey, what's up? Love you too, Brittany. Take care. Love everybody else in the chat, in the building. Come on, y'all. We out.